I've been very excited to join the Carolina cast here. Yeah, we're not sure what's going to be happening on the second weekend of September, but I'm very excited as we have some preseason football. And what a better place to have it than this amazing atmosphere here in Foxborough, Massachusetts, home of, I believe, the six-time world champion New England Patriots.
The 6 Super Bowls in New England, all from Tom Brady. But I'm ready for this game, Sam. It's going to be a big preseason game for Carolina, trying to get to 2-0 in their preseason record. Obviously, doesn't matter, just to see how the quarterbacks can do, some of our backups, and how they'll help the team in the regular season. As if we can go into more detail for that Panthers season opener against the Cleveland Browns, reportedly Baker Mayfield will be the starting quarterback in Week 1 for Carolina. It has not been said by head coach Matt Rule, but Sam, you agree with that, right?
Well, right now it looks like the right thing. We don't know how Baker Mayfield will gel with these teammates, especially Robbie Anderson, but Sam Darnold was unable to get it done in the second half of last season. I'm not sure if it had to do with that injury. I'm not sure if it had to do with his flat out just skill level. But the Panthers, they brought in Baker Mayfield for a reason here. They decide to not go on and tank and maybe try to go for that final wild card spot in the NFC this season. I think that's probably the end goal. But yeah, we know what's happening right now today. We have PJ Walker, I believe, is starting. So it'll be good to see what we have with him. We don't know how much of a long-term option PJ Walker is going to be for this team. Considering Matt Corral, I don't think that this team wants to get rid of. So could PJ Walker potentially get cut after preseason? I don't know. But this may be his final chance to play in a Carolina Panthers uniform tonight.
It could be. If we look at the stats from the last game, PJ Walker was the leading in passing yards and completions as he played most of the time for the Carolina Panthers at quarterback. Sam Darnold only had really one drive, and Baker Mayfield had one drive. Matt Corral finished up in the fourth quarter. As we are just about set for kickoff right here, New England's going to kick it off. Chuba Hubbard is waiting in the end zone for Carolina. And let's get this started. Week 2 of the preseason, and we are underway in Foxborough as this is kicked off all the way to the back of the end zone. Will not be returnable for Chuba Hubbard, and the Carolina Panthers will start at the 25-yard line. PJ Walker is indeed starting for Carolina today as he looked really good in that last game, Sam.
Yeah, we saw him. There were a couple big plays that he made against the Washington Commanders that showed a little bit of signs of what PJ Walker could potentially become. And we're going to see what he can do today. He's been very consistent when it comes to passing.
He has been. He had great stats in that last game. Hopefully, we can keep it up today as we can check it out right here. He was 10 for 19 passing, 136 yards to go with that. As it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers, is going to be a toss to the running back, and this is going to be a gain of about a yard or two to, I believe, Freeman.
And if we look at our Panthers starting lineup today, we have Deontay Foreman at running back, Rashard Higgins and Shi Smith will play the receiver spots, and Giovanni Ricci and Tommy Tremble will run the 2 tight end look for the Carolina Panthers today here. Not sure, obviously, what that tight end situation is going to look, and if we look offensive line, we'll get to that in a second after this play.
Yeah, might have been a flag thrown. So that's what it was looking like right there. I saw a flag pop up. As they're gonna say 1st and 10. It was a flag looking like on New England.
About the 32.
Yeah, it looks like a flag on New England. 1st and 10. Walker rolls out, throws, incomplete, intended for wide receiver Rashard Higgins, who did have a touchdown last week against the Commanders.
Yeah, and if we look at Patriots starters, we have Wise Jr., Godchaux, Barmore, and Guy to round out the defensive line. Judon, Bentley, and McMillan will run the 3 middle linebackers, and in the pass coverage, we will have Mitchell Mills, Phillips, and Devin McCourty to round it out.
So you heard that right there, the New England Patriots defense. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. Walker, this is another handoff to Foreman. Last one didn't really count as Foreman will pick up about a yard or two, just like his last time. About a 3rd and 8 coming up for Carolina here.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting preseason for Deontay Foreman. Obviously, Chuba Hubbard and Christian McCaffrey are going to end up being the first and second string running backs. I mean, could this be something we saw? We saw the Panthers. They ran with a couple running backs to begin the season. They slowly but steadily reduced that number towards the end of the year.
Yeah, as they signed Foreman in free agency this season. Then now a 3rd and 8 coming up for Carolina with the play clock winding down. They get it off. Walker looking left. He's going to take a shot downfield, and it is overthrown looking for Keith Kirkwood. And the Panthers will have to punt. They come up empty here on opening drive.
Yeah, I mean, not really a lot of plays that felt like they were open right there. I feel like the Patriots defense did a pretty good job of containing the team. I mean, there weren't really that many windows. The play call didn't really look amazing, but I mean, sometimes if you're PJ Walker, it's not always going to be the first option. You have to look for the second option, the third option, until you eventually get one to go. I didn't really like the decisions we were making on that first drive.
Johnny Hecker, the longtime Ram, to punt it away for Carolina.
They weren't going to return out of this.
Returnable and a great defensive or great special teams play by Carolina.
Yeah, as we saw for the Patriots right there, trying to return that kick would be Miles Bryant. He is a cornerback as well as a punt returner, but unable to get the spin right there. As I think we're going to hop on a bit of a commercial break right here.
Yeah, we will hop on a commercial break. We'll be back right after these few messages here on the Carolina Cast. We are back here on the Carolina Cast. Just took a quick break right there. As we look at a little recap of the Carolina Panthers' last drive, you could pretty much say they went 3-0 if you don't count the flag by the Patriots on that drive. They did take a shot on that 3rd down for Keith Kirkwood. As PJ Walker did make a big connection with him late in that 3rd quarter last week versus Washington. Tried to keep it going here in New England. Unfortunately, could not. So, Sam, how do you think the Panthers' defense got to hold it today?
Well, I mean, obviously we have Bailey Zappi coming on for the New England Patriots, and we saw how well he could throw the ball last season at Western Kentucky as a part of that Conference USA. He led the college football in passing yards that season, and some could say if he played in the Power 5, he maybe would have even been in the mix for the Heisman, so he has a lot of upside, which he will hope to demonstrate today. So if you're the Panthers, I need that defensive line to get to Bailey Zapp early and try to make him not able to see his wide receivers downfield, because this Patriots team, they have currently a lot of wide receivers on the roster. They're still trying to figure out who's going to make it. So, yeah,
I completely understand that.
I mean, both teams, they've played inter-squad all week, so they should know what to expect out of each other.
Yeah, so look here at the defensive line for the Panthers. Go ahead.
Starting lineup, we have 4. We're going to run on the D-line. In the middle, we have Stanford Smith and Mosby. And in the back, we will have Thomas Oliver, Keith Taylor, Justin Burris, and Miles Hartsfield to close it out. So, 4-3-4 Panthers running today.
As you could see, Mac Jones is actually in for the New England Patriots. He hands off right there for a run play and get about 4 or 5 yards out of it. So, Mac Jones is actually going to start off.
Yeah, a bit of an unexpected. I mean, I don't really see what the point is of Mac Jones playing here. I'm pretty sure that starting spot is already his. The question, I think, is who the backup will be, Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zapp. And I think we're going to figure that out later today. But, I mean, Mac Jones, pretty much most of the passes he makes are going to be complete. So it's going to be a little frustrating in the guard, but you're going to have to get used to it.
As his pass right there is incomplete. Looked like it was dropped. 3rd and 4 coming up for New England.
Yeah, Devontae Parker right there the newly acquired Miami Dolphin. As we look at the starting lineup, Damian Harris, the running back, Nelson Aguilar, Ja'Cory Myers, and Kendrick Bourne at wide receiver, and then a tight end for the Patriots. Pretty sure that I saw Hunter Henry, but I could be off.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, Johnny
The
Smith, they made
starting,
those
the
two
starting
moves this
line
year.
today for the Patriots here.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 coming up for New England. Jones looking around. Jones is sacked on the play. It's Julian Stanford. He gets past the offensive line right there, and the Panthers force a 3-and-out early on in this game.
That's something that I'm going to look for Mac Jones in his second season. How will he be able to do when he gets out of the pocket right there? He's not willing to flee to the right, and he is easily taken down. A great play by Julian Stanford right there. And that brings up 3rd down. On a 4th down, we're going to punt.
4th down. New England will punt it away. This will be returned. It will not be returned by Shi Smith, but he got hit. He did get hit. Or at least it looked like he got hit.
Looks like Matt Rule's going to instigate the play here.
It doesn't look like he really cares, but a 1st and 10 coming up for Carolina.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really liked the amount of effort that was put into that play by our head coach. I'm going to be completely honest right there. I mean, it would have been nice for Matt Rule to show a little more attitude. This is a contract year for him. So, I mean,
it is.
You got to look like you care about your job out here in the streets of North Carolina, in Carolina, home of the Panthers. But, I mean, not much going on right now. It feels like the Patriots are showing a lot more of a competitive mentality than the Panthers are when it comes to just flat out them running their starting lineup and us running our backups. I mean, we have a 4th string quarterback out there. But it also comes down to how the coaches are into this game. The Patriots are also currently trying to find an offensive coordinator, if you may not know that. So both teams, they have something to go. We obviously saw the fight that was midway through the week that involved Christian McCaffrey, a scuffle, an inner squad, if you will. So these teams have history over the week. It's a shame that we will not get to see them play each other in the regular season because that would have been almost a rivalry game.
And that did happen last year where the Carolina Panthers lost that game, I believe, 24-6. That game was in Charlotte.
Yeah. Never really felt like we were in that game.
Yeah. Only had 2 field goals from Zane Gonzalez, who was still on the team.
No, I thought that may have been a touchdown missed 2-point conversion. But if we're going to look at this New England Patriots team, I mean, offensively, they're looking pretty thin. I feel like they just need one more piece to get over the top. It's going to be a tough AFC East division, but a lot of people have them actually getting to 3rd place in that division. So, this will be a very interesting season for both these teams. A season that is going to be influential for their futures, I believe.
Yes, they're showing the joint practice right now, actually, with the Panthers and the Patriots. There was some plays with Christian McCaffrey involved in them. They obviously did not show the play where...
it looks like McCaffrey's got the headset on.
Yeah, he does have the headset on. I'm going to try and give some words to this Carolina Panthers team out here today, as it's 1st and 10 for our Panthers here on their 2nd drive. PJ Walker, play action, looking to throw, and it looks like it is complete.
Yes, that's the PJ Walker. That's the PJ Walker that we saw last week, and a nice job of hauling in that bullet pass by Keith Kirkwood. We take a look. PJ Walker, great job blocking by the offensive line. It gives PJ time, and the slant route right there that's ran by Keith Kirkwood is just enough to get through that secondary of the Pats defense. So,
as here's a handoff to Deontay Foreman, who gets about a 4 or 5 yard gain. As we go back to that last play, fun fact, apparently PJ Walker and Keith Kirkwood played together in college back at Temple University.
Yeah, not the college duo you think of in the NFL when it comes to quarterback receiver. but don't sleep on it. I mean, those guys, they may make a couple big plays this season. You never know what can happen.
As here's a 2nd and 5. They're going to hand off to Foreman again. Looks like he got stuck, tried to gain some more yards. He does. About a 3rd and short coming
I
up for
think
the
he's going to be just
Panthers.
short of the marker. Yeah, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's about a 3rd and short. Carolina is in New England territory for the first time in this game. As we've been looking at Christian McCaffrey a lot. It's been a little bit of a talk if you're going to take Jonathan Taylor or McCaffrey with the first pick in fantasy.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for Christian McCaffrey, one that has seemed to go down, but not quite up yet. So we are hoping that comes this season, as we're going to pitch it off here, I believe that Chuba Hubbard.
And Chuba Hubbard does have a Carolina Panther first down. That was a nice play call there by Matt Rule, as P.J. Walker, instead of kind of throwing off the New England defense there, instead of passing, just gives a little pass here to Chuba Hubbard, who picked up the first down.
And we know how elusive of a back Christian McCaffrey is. I mean, when you have a guy like that, when it comes to a running back who is, I consider him a top 3 running back. I think of him and Alvin Kamara when it comes to run after catch. So maybe he's been teaching Chuba Hubbard that. I mean, that would be the guy that I would want to look up to.
As here's Walker, it's a screen, and Hubbard's going to lose about 5, maybe 4 or 5 yards on the play, as that was completely taken away by the New England Patriots defense. It's Bentley with the tackle.
Yeah, Jawan Bentley out of Purdue, the 255-pounder. Absolutely got all of Chuba Hubbard on that play right there. And Christian McCaffrey looks like he has something to say about the pancake.
Yeah, you got to take lessons from McCaffrey. He knows how to do those screen passes very well. He used to do that a lot with Cam Newton in his rookie season.
All right, I want to take another shot up the middle here from the Panthers. I mean, it worked the last time. We've been kind of passive lately.
As Walker unfortunately can't even get out of this, as back-to-back defensive plays for the Patriots. P.J. Walker goes down on the sack, and now we're back in our own territory. It's like 3rd and 20.
Yeah, that was Dietrich Wise Jr. out of Carlton, Texas, went to Arkansas, and he absolutely, he kind of thunderstormed on our offensive line right there. That's something that we're going to look for the Panthers too. An offensive line that is going to hopefully be more effective. We spent our offensive line. We decided to invest in it in our first pick of the draft. As waved in motion is Shi Smith. And we got a
Walker
flag.
and the play dead. Yep. It's a flag thrown.
I think that one's going to be going back. It's going to be a false start.
Just what Carolina needed on a 3rd and 23. Make it a 3rd and 28 coming up for the Carolina Panthers after being in field goal range. They're all the way back at their own 40-yard line. Good job, Matt Rule.
These are rookie mistakes here. This is preseason. Matt Rule, obviously, his better days are always going to be known as that Baylor coach. He doesn't know how to deal with preseason. He's coming out of college. So
I think he's trying.
This is
3rd and 29. 3rd and 29 for Carolina. And oh my goodness, we have lost yardage on every single play ever since that first down, as it is about 4th plus 30 yards for the Carolina Panthers. And after being in field goal range for Zane Gonzalez, they'll unfortunately have to punt as the Carolina Panthers offensive line completely fell apart.
Josh Uche out of Michigan making the tackle. And the Patriots are showing us that despite it being 7:23 p.m., it is never too late to buy yourself a good old pancake here at Gillette Stadium.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't think it's ever late?
Taylor Moden a little frustrated, but Johnny Hekker able to show off his boot tonight. He has been the star of the show for the Panthers, and fair catch will be signaled for and taken at the 22.
Unfortunately, yes, he has been the star of the show, but it will be New England football here with 7:17 to go in the first quarter. We're still scoreless here in Foxborough. We're tied 0-0 as we're only a couple minutes into this game. Both teams have had to punt. New England went 3 and out on their first drive. The Panthers went 3 and out pretty much on their first drive. They nearly got into field goal range, and then whatever happened to the offensive line on those last 4 plays of the drive.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened, but as we are going to take a look at the Carolina Panthers schedule, make sure to tune in for the Carolina cast. Next weekend, we will have another Friday 7 p.m. game, same time as you are today. You know the drill. Will be a home game against the Buffalo Bills. The first taste that Baker Mayfield will get of live action at Bank of America Stadium. That this radio play-by-play style broadcast you can find exclusively on the Carolina cast. Make sure to check out our Twitch and our YouTube. But yeah, look, we're going to try to get a lot more active here lately. I mean, Panthers schedule, we have some special guests planned throughout the season. This is going to be a fun season for the Panthers. Whether it ends 5-11 or 11-5, I don't know. But
well, hopefully 11-5.
Wow, I think it would be 11-6. I keep on getting used to the 16, 17.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Because of that extra game now.
We have special guests, I'm pretty sure, planned for the first 2 weeks. So it's going to be a fun regular season here on Carolina Cast.
It will, for sure. And also, be prepared for the Charlotte Hornets.
A lineup for the Panthers that will feature, the Charlotte Hornets, obviously. They've revealed their schedule as well. Home opener will be against the New Orleans Pelicans.
And season opener will be against the San Antonio Spurs. As if we're first of all, I'm looking at the comment section right here. Shout out to MPT Sports right now, saying the Carolina Cast is the best channel on YouTube/Twitch right now. I'll take that all day, my man. Thank you so much. Yes, Johnny Hekker is a Carolina Panther. It is awesome. We have the best punter in the NFL, in my opinion. I know it's sad to say best punter, but I'll take Johnny Hekker all day. He's already had a good start. And just like Sam said, he's the star. He's the man of the hour right now for this Carolina Panthers team. It's been struggling offensively for both teams.
Based on how this practice session is going, I mean, I'm not even sure if he's been the man of the hour. He may be the man of the week, Mr. Verma.
It's 1st and 10 for New England. As here's a handoff, and it's going to go for about 2 yards. The Carolina Panthers jump onto the running back right there. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Look here, I'm just going to confess, I did not watch much of our preseason game against the Commanders last week. That game was very dirty. The quality was lower than a 2K TV on a PlayStation 4. But, I mean, I'm hoping that the quality for this game will be at least a little bit better. Because the quality, I mean, I just want to see some big plays here. I want to see something that if I saw one play, I would think it was the regular season.
As here's a play action. Jones looking and overthrows. Looked like he tried to go for this wide receiver right there. Then the Carolina Panthers stepped in. He was actually looking for, I believe, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I mean, Mac Jones said he worked out this offseason, but I hope he did not lift too many weights because he has been overthrowing absolutely everything tonight. So I hope that doesn't change.
Too hard.
I mean,
a little too much.
Maybe the Panthers defense is slowly growling in his head right now. As Steve Wilkes, defensive pass game coordinator for the secondary today, he's been doing a pretty great job. Is looking to get the stop on 3rd and 7.
As let's see if we can get it right here. Jones looking, it's got time, unfortunately, but it's an incomplete pass, and the Carolina Panthers defense comes up with another 3 and out.
That was very minimal effort right there. The footwork was well below Mac Jones standards, and the pass ends up hitting the turf. So, the Carolina Panthers, they will get the ball right back here. And I think that's Shi Smith lining up for the punt return once again on a 4th and 7.
As it does look like Shi Smith.
Punting it for the Patriots, I believe, is Jake Bailey.
And this Smith will be returned here. Shi Smith.
35-yard line, 35-yard line, excuse me, it will be.
Maybe the 36, just got a little bit over it. As everybody's been asking me, yes, we are going to have special guests on the channel. As actually, like Sam was saying earlier, we got week 1 and week 2 already filled up. But if you want to become a special guest, DM me on Discord. I believe Carolina Cast _23. DM me on Discord if you would like to be a special guest right here.
Chris, I think they need your 4 numbers for the hashtag too.
Oh, and if you do, actually, let me go ahead and put that in the comment section for you guys. here. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have right now. I'm pretty sure we have special guests filled up in week 1, week 2, and week 5.
So you can guys
Pretty sure
check
that's what
right
we
down
got.
there.
Potentially week 7. Potentially week 7. We'll see though.
Yeah, we'll likely see. But if you guys want to be here on the stream, just DM me, tell me your favorite team, and if you just want to come on for a team that you'd like, then go ahead. We're more than glad to have anyone on here on the channel, as it's going to be a long and fun season here in Charlotte. We're going to have the Panthers. Even if you're a basketball fan, like, go ahead. Come on, DM me
Yeah,
if
and
you're a Spurs, Pelicans,
even if
anything.
you're even if you're a video game fan, I mean, Madden 23 just
Yeah.
came out. We may do some stuff with the Panthers.
Mhm.
NBA 2K23 comes out in 3 weeks. We may do some stuff with the Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
And who knows, potentially next season with the new MLS Apple TV deal, we may even get a couple Charlotte FC primetime games
Yeah.
in.
We
So
might get some
Carolina
this year if they get to the playoffs.
And maybe even if the Charlotte Knights get to the playoffs, we'll figure out something. But this is
We're
the
going a little
Carolina
too
Cast.
far.
You will be entertained with sports here. We have a 4-sport lineup. I mean, I guess, well, technically we still have a 2-sport lineup. We are probably going to open up to a 4-sport lineup one day. This is very exciting. Home to, I'm pretty sure all 17 Panthers games this season is what we're aiming for.
Yeah, we'll try as
And
many as we can.
the
Of course, it
Hornets
might be
games
weeks.
the Hornets games are obviously a lot harder to do.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I think the goal is one game a week.
Every Hornets game that is on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we probably will be broadcasting.
And that does include the home opener.
Yes,
against the
the New
Pelicans.
Orleans Pelicans, I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm not sure. Chris, do we have any plans for college football here on Carolina Cast?
Well, we could look into the Charlotte 49ers.
Well, I mean, I
But
don't
we'll
know.
get
I was
into
thinking
that
we could do
later.
like a Carolina versus State game, but
We could, as we are back here, as that pass is batted up, as PJ Walker was looking for Chuba Hubbard.
yeah, the communication as PJ Walker is giving a face right now to Chuba Hubbard, it looks like. But I mean, I don't know who's calling plays right now. Both these teams they cannot get something started. It's a battle of the defenses. We have 6:14 to go for those of you just joining us in the first quarter. And a 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Going to have 2 wide receivers on the left and a slot on the right.
As it looked like a pass, then he decides to hand off to Hubbard, who will get up to the 40-yard line, about a 3rd and mid, coming up for Carolina with 6 minutes to go here in the first.
I think that was miscommunication right there because it took a good 2-3 seconds for PJ Walker to actually hand the ball off to Chuba Hubbard. I mean, these are the clicks and tinks you are going to have to deal with in preseason that a team has to figure out to get to the top, to get in NFL shape. And the difference between contenders and pretenders is which teams do and which teams do not.
As you guys just saw on the sideline, Matt Corral will likely check in maybe a quarter or two from now, as it's 3rd and 6 for Carolina, trying to keep the drive alive.
Nice
Walker
play.
looking, throw completes. Shai Smith, I believe that was Shai Smith.
Higgins.
No, Rashard Higgins. Yeah, it was Rashard Higgins, and he does have a Carolina Panther first down.
Rashard Higgins winning the 50 ball right there as we look. PJ Walker, the offensive line. Chuba Hubbard actually laid down a really nice block on that play, able to give PJ Walker enough time to execute, set his feet. And then how about Rashard Higgins going to the next level and getting that first down, reaching over the first down pylon? That's the type of energy I want to see for the preseason.
Here's a 1st and 10 handoff to Chuba Hubbard. On the run, get about 2 to 3 yards, a 2nd down coming up for Carolina. But that was a big-time catch, just like we were saying about Rashard Higgins, as he has really been a big improvement for this Carolina Panther wide receiver core. I saw it in preseason game week 1 last week, against the Washington Commanders. And where he scored that touchdown, he got a bunch of catches in that game. He has really helped out this team so far.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers, they had a decent offseason, I would think, when it comes to guys like Rashard Higgins. As PJ Walker looked like he almost fell down. That's going to be a pitch. That's going to be a nice catch by Giovanni Ricci right there.
Giovanni Ricci playing the tight end tonight. Inside the 30, but
I think
flag
that
is
one's going to be
thrown.
going back. I'm going to say that could be a holding on the offense right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the best plays. Oh, no, that's on the defense. I saw, New England pushed down P.J. Walker at the end of the play, roughing the passer. Wow, that's going to help us even more. That's going to put the Carolina Panthers in the red zone here.
Bill Belichick squinting his eyes in disbelief at the Jumbotron, and Matt Rule is in also disbelief. He is rowdy about it. Matt Rule is absolutely living his best life right now in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Matt Rule's pretty happy. Hopefully we get in the end zone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that didn't even look intentional right there.
That. No point.
That may have even been unintentional on Christian Barmore out of Alabama.
There's a handoff to Deontay Foreman, and he'll pick up about another yard or two for Carolina. So the running backs have been kind of mid. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I'm not trying to complain. I've had a lot more fun watching Chuba Hubbard than watching Deontay Foreman tonight.
Oh, yeah. Chuba still at least made a couple plays, but the Carolina Panthers are in the red zone. We gotta come up big here. As the Panthers in the red zone, so you can see right here, last week against Washington, they had 2 touchdowns. They had 4 possessions here. They had 2 touchdowns. They did not kick any of their field goals inside the red zone. So they have been able to capitalize when they are inside that 20-yard line. As it's 2nd and 7 for Carolina. They're going to hand off. It's Hubbard, and he gets inside the 10 for Carolina. About a 3rd and you can say medium or short. We're under 3 minutes to go. The Carolina Panthers are banging on the door right now as they're trying to get the first points of this game.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. This is big 3rd down here. I'm going to say I'm going to go back to Rashard Higgins. I mean, he made a nice cut route to get near the pylon on the 3rd down also. I want to go back to Rashard Higgins. I want to make a big play right here, or at least get inside that 5-yard line. That's where we need to go. But as we know, once you're inside the red zone, it starts to get pretty crowded, and that's the case right here.
3rd and 4. Walker looking to the end zone, and it's overthrown. We want a flag. We're not going to get it. He was looking for Shi Smith.
Yeah, I mean, Shi Smith had to lay down a slam dunk right there. Looked like a LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges alley-oop, just could not finish it. So that will, if I'm correct, that is going to bring up 4th down. And although it is preseason, I still think you bring out the field goal unit, and that's what we're going to do.
Zane Gonzalez was pretty clutch for Carolina last week, 3 for 3, including the game-winning field goal, which was from 45 yards. This one is from 27. It's probably his easiest field goal so far of the 2022-2023 NFL season. Good snap, good hold, and the kick by Gonzalez is right down the middle. And the Carolina Panthers are on the board as they have the first points of this game.
Yeah, we're going to have to update our scoreboard ticker right there.
Yeah, I just did that for us right there. As Carolina's up with Matt Rule. Oh, no. I think Matt Rule wanted the touchdown. Oh, no.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Wanted something. I think that – so P.J. Walker, I'm pretty sure that is going to be his stat line. He will go 3 drives, get 3 points. Not the best of performances, but
we'll take it.
We'll take it from a 4th-string quarterback. Like I said, this could be one of the last times he actually suits up in that Panthers uniform. So, I mean, we'll take anything. It's preseason. I really don't care, but
yeah, I'm really fine with it, honestly. PJ Walker, as we can see, Sam Darnold sitting right next to him, kind of above, just looking at some of his work he has to check. Looks like Sam Darnold's just trying to do anything to become the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
I don't blame Sam Darnold right now.
I don't blame him either. The whole world is against him. But here on the Carolina Cast, we are for him.
Nobody ever said that.
Zane Gonzalez will kick it off for Carolina with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. This one will be returned from near the back of the end zone by Stevenson, and Stevenson's going to get to the 19-yard line, and that's where New England will start their drive.
Yeah, that wasn't really our best special teams right there, but, I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Still at the 19-yard line.
I mean, I don't think that I wouldn't have returned that if I was Stevenson.
Oh, you should have seen last week The Commanders are returning it literally from the edge of the back of the end zone.
Well, I mean, it's preseason. You're just trying to get kick return reps in.
As 1st and 10, here's going to be a handoff for New England. This will go for about a yard. The Carolina Panthers defense once again making a big-time tackle. As Mac Jones is 0 for 3 right now. Passing.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to turn on the offensive switch right now for the Patriots. And I think it has to do with the fact that they don't have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that I can agree with that. As it is 2nd and 9 for New England. As Jones, you really want to complete a pass right now in preseason, as he does right there, finds Jacoby Myers. Myers will get about to the 24-yard line before he's taken down by Miles Hartsfield, and a 3rd down is coming up for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Jones also did have that drop by Devontae Parker that would have made him 1 for 3, so...
Yeah, that was dropped by Parker.
He should really be 2 for 4.
Mm-hmm. So it's 3rd and 5. Can the Carolina Panthers defense force another 3 and out? This defense has been playing lights out today. Can they keep it up? As this is unfortunately going to be a 1st down as the Panthers try to push him all the way back. But unfortunately, modern day rule is if wherever you are, you cannot go backwards from it. So it is going to be a New England Patriot 1st down. Guys, it looks like we just lost Sam for a moment. Well, I'll put him backstage as it's a 1st and 10 coming up for the Panthers. Look at the first. That's the first time the New England Patriots have gotten over 10 yards on a drive. As their last 2, that's been 3 and outs forced by our Carolina Panther defense. 1st and 10 for Jones to throw, and it is nearly intercepted on the play. That's great defense by the Carolina Panthers. If we want to look for the exact guy that got in there, that was Miles Hartsfield once again for Carolina. As he was Jones, he was rolling around. 6th round pick Barno tried to get in there, and then Hartsfield was making the defensive play. As, yeah, unfortunately, Sam is going to have to leave for the night. So we'll see him later on. It's just going to be me now. If you guys are fed up of me, I'm sorry. But it's 2nd and 10 for New England. Here's a handoff. And this is Stevenson getting about 6 to 7 yards. It's 3rd and 3 coming up for the Patriots. But that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter here in Foxborough. The Panthers lead the Patriots 3-0 is your score. The Panthers have a 27-yard field goal attempt made by kicker Zane Gonzalez as they lead 3-0 here in Charlotte. End of the 1st quarter, Panthers have the lead. We will be back right after this. Welcome back here in Foxborough. The Carolina Panthers are leading the New England Patriots 3-0 is your score as we are back here for the start of the second quarter. It is a 3rd and 4 for the Patriots as they start up this drive. Jones to throw to the running back, and it's going to be a New England first down. As that was a nice pass from Mac Jones, just a little bit of a short play. Just gets it to the New England Patriots running back. If you guys are wondering which running back, this would be actually wide receiver Ty Montgomery, who looks like he's been playing that running back position so far for the Patriots. It's a 1st and 10 for New England now as Jones looking with time. He's going to take a shot down the field, and it is complete to Nelson Aguilar as he's going to get a big gain for the New England Patriots. The Panthers defense isn't able to get their play that they needed. It's going to be a New England first down here in the start of the second quarter. Not the best start that the Carolina Panthers were looking for their second quarter. They'll have to deal with it right here as Jones took a deep shot down the field and really did not help what the result was for the Carolina Panther defense. As it's 1st and 10 now for the Patriots. So they are inside the 15-yard line. Jones looking, he's rolling out. Jones going to run with it. Jones to the 5-yard line before he slides down as New England just short of the first down right there. As I'm really sorry, I'm having some technical issues right now. Had some problems watching the game. And 2nd and 3 coming up for the Panthers with 13 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're only 2 minutes into the second, and the Patriots now have a chance to either tie or take the lead in this game as they'll toss it. It's a run play to Montgomery. He'll pick up the first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Patriots. As I'm very sorry, it is like really buffering my screen right now. Okay, I think it's normal for now. As a 1st and goal coming up for the New England Patriots. It's Carolina, unfortunately, their defensive red zone stat, they have given up. There's been 3 possessions. All 3 of them ended up in touchdowns for the Commanders last week. As it's 1st and goal for New England. Handoff to Montgomery, and he is in for the New England Patriot touchdown. Ty Montgomery from about 4 yards out, and the Patriots are on the board for the first time in this game as they hit the end zone on about a 4-yard run by Ty Montgomery. So look back on this play right here. It's Montgomery just bounces off the O-line. The Panthers defense really couldn't do anything about that. And New England has the game's first touchdown here in the second quarter. As this is Nick Folk for the extra point. And it's a good snap, good hold, and Folk's kick is good. As the Patriots hit the end zone here in the second quarter after struggling in that first, the Panthers defense is playing very well. They do give up a touchdown right there as the Patriots now lead the Panthers 7-3 is your score. We'll go ahead and change that here on the scoreboard. You can see right down below 7-3 is the score, and we will be back right after these messages. We are back here on the Carolina cast as the Panthers trail here to the Patriots. 7-3 is your score. We're going to go ahead and look at some stats from both teams as P.J. Walker, Mac Jones have the same amount of completions. Both are 4 for 8 on in this game so far. As Jones with 61 passing yards, PJ Walker with 43. Chuba Hubbard, 4 carries, 15 yards for the Panthers. And Giovanni Ricci is the leader in receptions. He has only 1 reception, but it went for 21 yards. That was this big-time play. They got the Carolina Panthers in range for that field goal. And for the New England Patriots, Nelson Aguilar with 2 receptions, 52 yards, as he had that big play to get the Patriots in the red zone. And then Ty Montgomery, 4 carries, 13 yards, and had that touchdown for New England. As with 12:23 to go here in the first half, the Carolina Panthers defense looked very good so far in that first quarter. The second quarter came, I guess the chapter just switched for Carolina really defensively. They weren't able to make their stops. They gave up big-time plays, including that big play from Matt Jones to Nelson Aguilar that ended up giving up a touchdown on the 4-yard run by Ty Montgomery. But the Panthers defense just needs to step it up more, and the Carolina Panthers offense needs to keep what they've been doing so far in this game, and they can take this lead right back or at least make it a 1-point game. As the Panthers trailing right now 7-3 is your score. 12 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the second quarter. And if you're just joining, the Panthers have that 1 field goal from Zane Gonzalez that came on the last drive. The Patriots just scored on this drive, so they were very quiet in the first quarter. The Panthers defense was very productive until the second quarter. As now here's the kickoff by Bailey. Here's upcoming by Bailey, the Carolina Panther football. And Bailey will kick it off for New England. And this will go all the way to the back of the end zone and will be returned by Chuba Hubbard. And Hubbard stumbles a little bit to the 14-yard line. That's where the Carolina Panthers will start this drive. As quarterback Matt Corral, the rookie out of Ole Miss, is coming in for the Carolina Panthers. He played the entire fourth quarter of last week's game against the Washington Commanders. Didn't have his best start, but he looks to make it up right here. As he had 21 snaps. He was 1 for 9. He had 11 yards in that game. So it wasn't as productive as the Carolina Panthers wanted a third-round pick to be. But this is his chance to step it up even more for the Carolina Panthers. It is 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Corral looking to throw, and he's going to complete a pass. That's the tight end Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame University. In his second year, he gets about a 3-yard gain. And a 2nd and 7 coming up for Carolina. This is an absolute dime by Matt Corral. It's only for 3 or 4 yards, but he throws that between 2 New England Patriots defenders to Tremble, who makes the big-time play. As it's 2nd and 6 coming up for Carolina, we're under 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Foreman in the backfield. They're going to fake it to him. Or actually, no, they do hand it off to Foreman, and Foreman will get a yard on the run. So a 3rd and 5 is upcoming for the Carolina Panthers. Look at the game stats. The Panthers have had more position. This is their 4th position of the game. They've had more plays. New England does have more yards thanks to Nelson Aguilar's big play. Carolina and the New England Patriots both tied for first downs, and the Panthers have had more time of possession. As here's a big 3rd and 5 for Carolina and the rookie Matt Corral, who try to keep this drive alive, as Corral, only with 2 completions so far as a quarterback in the NFL, tries to make it number 3 right here. Corral looking to throw, and it is number 3. He finds Shi Smith for the Carolina Panther first down, and we're under 11 minutes to go. The Panthers are being very productive here on offense as Shi Smith will come off the field. He does a little slant route right there to get open. Corral finds him, throws a beautiful pass, and Shi Smith just makes the catch, goes down, and picks up the Carolina Panther first down. As the Panthers now have 7 first downs, New England with 5. As Carolina is edging the New England Patriots 30-yard line. They're about the 27. As it's 1st and 10, Corral to throw. Throwing downfield, and incomplete, looking for wide receiver Rashard Higgins, and a flag is thrown. It's looking like a defensive penalty. Higgins trying to make his comeback route and was stopped by a New England Patriots defender. And pass interference is called on the Patriots and will be a Carolina Panther first down. As Rashard Higgins forces the penalty right there. Look on the replay. Corral was looking for Higgins, who was open there until he got held on the back of his jersey. And the whole Carolina Panthers sideline knew that was going to be a penalty, and keeps the chains moving for the Carolina Panthers as they pick up another first down off of the penalty of pass interference by the New England Patriots. Carolina now edging midfield as Matt Corral off to a good start here on his opening drive. This is a handoff to Chuba Hubbard. And Chuba Hubbard will get a 2-yard run for the Carolina Panthers. We're edging about 10 minutes here in the second quarter, and the Carolina Panthers have made some big-time plays on this drive during this entire game, but Matt Corral is off to an outstanding start here against New England. Was struggling in his first game in that fourth quarter against the Washington Commanders, but has played very well right now in his second game here in the second quarter against the against the New England Patriots. As we saw on the sideline there, P.J. Walker, Baker Mayfield standing together watching the young rookie out of Ole Miss plays. It's Matt Corral here on 2nd and 7. He has to roll out of the pocket, is in trouble. Corral, he's going to run with it. He gets away from the defenders right at the first down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. They're going to say 3rd and short. He is just short of the marker. But this is an outstanding play. Kind of gives you some Cam Newton vibes as Corral was stuck, had to get away from 2 defenders. He does. He just runs all the way to nearly pick up a Carolina Panther first down as it's 3rd and 1 for the Panthers here with about 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Carolina likely just to run it up the gut, try and pick up the first down and keep the drive going. As there's the handoff to Hubbard, and Chuba Hubbard should have a Carolina Panther first down, and he does. As looked kind of like he was short at the start, and the offensive line helped push him ahead for the Panther first down. As Hubbard will come off the field, D'Onta Foreman likely to check in for him. As Chuba Hubbard in his second year in the NFL out of Oklahoma State, the 6'1", 210-pounder. He played most of his running game after Christian McCaffrey got injured in the 3rd game of the season last year for the Carolina Panthers, who started off the year 3-0. And when McCaffrey got injured, the team completely fell apart and finished the season with a 5-12 record. As it's 1st and 10 for Carolina, Corral will hand off. This is Foreman on the run, and he will pick up a yard as him and Chuba Hubbard just switched. Foreman picks up a yard for the Carolina Panthers. 2nd and 9 coming up. As the Panthers are officially in New England territory for the 3rd time in this game. First time they were here, they were all the way pushed back into their own territory. As we look at the running backs here, Christian McCaffrey, obviously the starter, Chuba Hubbard, D'Onta Foreman, John Lovett, and Spencer Brown brings out the running back core with all 5 of those guys. Likely we'll see more of Christian McCaffrey and Chuba Hubbard during the regular season. As here's Corral on a 2nd and 9, takes a shot downfield and is incomplete, looking for Keith Kirkwood, who went back to say something to the Patriots corner right there. And it's 3rd and 9 coming up for the Panthers. So look at this again. Looks like Kirkwood was mad about something. So they went for Kirkwood. It was nearly intercepted. It looks like Kirkwood thought that it was an interception and decided to go after the corner, nearly tackle. No penalty was thrown just because Kirkwood was making sure he did not have the football. As it is 3rd and 9 for the Panthers, Matt Corral nearly threw the interception right there, got a little lucky. As can he keep this drive alive and get the Panthers their first touchdown of the game? Corral looking. He's taking a shot downfield to about the 5, and it is incomplete. He went back to Keith Kirkwood, and that would have ended up in a Carolina Panther touchdown. Instead, it is 4th and 9, and the field goal unit will likely come back on for Carolina's. Corral had the time. He took the shot. This would have been a big play for him. Unfortunately, Kirkwood could not come down with it. It was a beautiful pass by Corral. And it was just great defense by the New England Patriots. Kirkwood had to make a tough play to go and catch that. As it is an incomplete pass, 4th and 9. And actually, Carolina's going to punt. Instead of taking this long field goal with Zane Gonzalez, they're going to punt it away. It's kind of an interesting call by Matt Rule, as they were at the 41-yard line. And they're going to they are going to let the play clock go down so they can punt it away with more room. So they'll have the penalty of delay a game. It's a smart call by the Carolina Panthers. Didn't want to take that long field goal. Better risk of either missing or just giving up better field positioning, or just Zane Gonzalez could get injured trying to kick the ball as hard as he would have at that 41-yard line. And here's the punt by Hecker. This one to be fair catch, and actually will go behind him, unfortunately into the end zone. The Panthers cannot stop the ball. And the New England Patriots will start at the 20-yard line as they lead this game. 7-3 is the score with 7:18 to go in the first half. The Carolina Panthers still trying to keep themselves in this game. And welcome back here on the Carolina cast here in Foxborough as the Carolina Panthers will get on their defense right here. It's 1st and 10 with 7:18 to go in the first half. The Panthers trail by 4 as now here's Brian Hoyer as he checks in, throws the ball downfield and completes it for a Patriot first down. That's Hayes who will bring him down on the tackle. Devontae Parker, the former Miami Dolphin, with the catch. As it is Brian Hoyer, the 14 years in the NFL, played at Michigan State, 6'2", 216-pounder. As a big-time veteran quarterback and a leader here on this New England Patriots team, despite being the backup quarterback, as it's 1st and 10. Hoyer throwing downfield and completes it for another Patriot first down to about midfield. That's Tomlinson who makes the catch, and the Carolina Panthers make sure he gets on the ground. Chandler and many others were in there to get him down on the ground. With 6:30 to go, the Patriots lead the Panthers. If you're just checking in, 7-3 is your score here in the first half. As we'll go back to that last play, Tomlinson made a good move, made the catch, got away from one tackle to Chandler, Smith, Burris, and Hartsfield got in there to make that tackle. It is another New England Patriot first down, but a flag is thrown that will be picked up. So with 6:15, the clock stops. A flag was thrown. Bill Belichick made a look, and then the refs decided to pick it up. As now the clock will start moving again as we are 6 minutes at the time. 1st and 15 for New England. We're actually going to get pushed back a little bit. As here's the handoff. It's a run play for Damian Harris. You're going to see a lot for the New England Patriots in the regular season, their starting running back is Damian Harris, running back out of Alabama University. Gets about 3 to 4 yards, a second down for the Patriots. As the Carolina Panthers defense is just trying to stay with them, try and put Matt Corral and the offense back on the field with the chance to take the lead. As Aaron Mosby, we're looking at right here, a rookie for the Carolina Panthers playing the linebacker position tonight. As here's another handoff to Harris, and Damian Harris will get about 3 yards on the run with about 5 minutes to go. A third down is coming up for the Patriots. It took Nixon a little bit to get up, but he does without any injuries. As a big-time third down is coming up for both teams right now. Patriots are trying to get past midfield and get into Carolina Panther territory, while the Panthers are trying to do the opposite, get the ball back into the rookie's hands. As actually, no, they are in Carolina Panther territory. But it would be a very long field goal attempt. They'd likely punt if they don't get the first down. And that pass is incomplete, broken up by the Carolina Panthers defense. An outstanding play. As skyrocketing into that play was none other than Aaron Mosby, who we're just looking at, the linebacker. We were just looking at the linebacker who made a big-time play right there. He gets into the coverage, decides to knock down the ball, almost intercepted it, and forces a fourth down for the Patriots, who will have to punt. They might take a delay game. Doesn't look like they are, just because there's so much on the play clock. There really wouldn't be any point as they punt it away, as a fair catch is made by Shi Smith to about the 9-yard line. As the Carolina Panthers have to go 91 yards to hit the end zone. If they don't, a field goal attempt is still working, as Matt Corral will head back on the field for the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots still lead 7-3 is your score. We'll be back after this. All right, welcome back here on the Carolina Cast, as the Panthers still trail to the New England Patriots. 7-3 is the score, as the Panthers are back here on offense. They'll have a Carolina Panther first down upcoming. So looking at Ben McAdoo's resume, the offensive coordinator, as actually we're back to the game. 1st and 10, Corral is going to make a handoff right here to the running back, and it'll bring about a 2 to 3 yard gain. That was Spencer Brown for the Carolina Panthers. Bring about 2 or 3 yards. 2nd and 7 upcoming for Carolina. As we look back again, as the Carolina Panthers halfway through the season fired offensive coordinator Joe Brady, who worked with the LSU Tigers. They decided to hire Ben McAdoo, who was a Dallas Cowboys consultant last year. As we're under 4 minutes to go in the first half, Panthers still trail by 4 as they're trying to get their first points of the game ever since the Zane Gonzalez field goal. As here's Corral looking, he dumps it for Spencer Brown, and Brown will get another yard or 2 on the play. As a 3rd down is coming up for Carolina. Really don't want to end the drive right here and give the ball back to the Patriots with under 3:30 to go in the first half. But if they have to, they will. Matt Corral, the rookie out of Ole Miss, still trying to keep this drive alive. And so is offensive coordinator not Joe Brady, not anymore, Ben McAdoo. As a 3rd and 5 for Carolina, they have 3 receivers on the left, none on the right. They're actually going to move Higgins to the right. So 1 on the right, 2 on the left. Brown in the backfield. Corral looking, he flips it to Brown. A wheel route, and Brown will pick up the first down. He lost the football, but it is they're not going to say it was a fumble. His knee was already down, and it wouldn't have mattered because Shi Smith recovered it for the Carolina Panthers. It is a Panther first down as Matt Corral finds Spencer Brown on the big-time play. He was already down, lost the ball, but Shi Smith already recovered it for Carolina, so it wouldn't have mattered if he was down or not. 2:30 to go here in the second quarter as we are edging the 2-minute warning. This should be the final play before we hit the 2-minute warning on the 1st and 10. Here's Corral looking. He's in trouble. Corral to throw. He completes the pass, and this is actually a fumble and is scooped up, but they're going to say, no, it's an incomplete pass. The Carolina Panthers were in trouble right there. Matt Corral had to look for a pass, so he decides to flip it to the tight end Steven Sullivan out of LSU. Sullivan made the catch, then lost control of the football, but they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. So back-to-back fumbles by the Carolina Panthers. The first one, Spencer Brown was on the ground, and they're going to say this one was an incompletion, but the challenge flag has just been thrown by head coach Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots as they're going to go on to replay and check here to see if that was a fumble by the Carolina Panthers, where it was just an incompletion. If this is a fumble, this could completely change what's about to happen for the Carolina Panthers, because now the Patriots will be literally in the red zone with 2:15 to go. Have a chance to hit the end zone for the second time as they're looking at the review right now. If this does go in New England's favor, this would be horrible for the Carolina Panthers. We'll look again here. 1, 2. Unfortunately, coming here from the Carolina cast, that looks like a catch and fumble. We'll have to see. I think the funniest part about it is the cornerback who scooped it up for the Patriots in a celebration, then fell on his back. But that's really the only joke the Carolina Panthers can come up with right there, as that is likely a fumble by Sullivan, the rookie tight end out of LSU. So we'll have to check here what the officials will say. It does look like a fumble. They are taking a little bit of time with this to make sure the 2 steps were there and he had full possession of the football before he actually went down. He got hit and then lost the ball. Refs are talking to head coach Bill Belichick right now. They are not talking to Matt Rule yet, so this could be a bad challenge. Looks like Belichick just accepted his hand. Bill Belichick never really looks happy, so I can't really tell. We'll have to find out here. 2:15 to go in the first half. This is a big challenge that can completely turn around the game for either the Patriots or the Panthers right now. As the call is about to come in. As they're about to look at the play, sorry, I cannot hear. I turned off the volume. As it looks like a fumble. Maybe it's not. We're checking right now. I'm not exactly sure. It is a fumble recovery by the New England Patriots. Sullivan lost the ball. A fumble recovery. It is going to be New England Patriots football. And that is the worst possible thing that could have happened for the Carolina Panthers right there. As Sullivan made the catch, lost control of the ball, and will be a New England Patriot first down. As they are inside the 30-yard line, trying to score. As here is Zape, and Zape was going to throw, and it's incomplete. Good defense by the Carolina Panthers right there. As Bailey Zape, the quarterback out of Western Kentucky, is now in for the New England Patriots, as Brandon Smith made a nice defensive play, the 5th-round pick out of Penn State University. Zape, 6'1", 220 in pounds. As like I just said, from Western Kentucky University, won the Conference USA Championship with the team last year in his final year of college. As here is a handoff to Stevenson. Stevenson gets backed out, and Chandler is going to force him out of bounds after he picks up a yard or two. He's out of bounds. The clock will roll, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Unfortunate play for the Carolina Panthers. It is a fumble recovered by the Patriots, who are about to be in the red zone if they get another big play. But the Patriots, they're still leading the Panthers. Can Carolina come up with the stop? Hopefully they can. We'll be back after this as we are at the 2-minute warning. Alrighty, welcome back here on the Carolina Cast as we are coming back from the 2-minute warning. The Patriots are at the 26-yard line of Carolina after the fumble recovery, after tight end Sullivan dropped the ball after catching it, couldn't hold on, lost the football, and turned out to be a fumble recovery for the New England Patriots. We'll either come up here with the field goal, make it a touchdown game, or we'll hit the end zone for the second time in this game and take an 11-point lead. But it is a 3rd and 9 coming up for Bailey Zape and this New England Patriots team. Can the Carolina Panthers defense get a stop? They still have all 3 timeouts, have a chance to go down the field and get more points. Zape to throw, completes the pass, but it is a big tackle for the Carolina Panthers, as Chandler was there to make the tackle to stop the first down, and a 4th down coming up for the New England Patriots. as we'll likely see them kick the field goal here with Nick Folk. As the pass was complete there, Chandler stepped up and made the tackle that he needed to, as New England's wide receiver didn't have anywhere to go. And now the Patriots will punt. The clock stops with under 1:54 to go. Does not look like the Panthers called a timeout, and he was not out of bounds. So I guess they're going to stop the clock here. 4th and 4. Here comes the field goal attempt by Nick Folk. Good snap, good hold, and the kick by Folk is right down the middle. So the Patriots get a fumble recovery, and out of that, they get a field goal out of Nick Folk, who gives them a 10-3 lead with 1:49 to go in the first half. As for the Carolina Panthers right now, instead of giving up a touchdown after that fumble, I think that's pretty good. Carolina's still trailing now by touchdown. They have not hit the end zone so far in this game. But with 1:49 to go, still have all 3 timeouts. They have a chance to go down the field here and tie this game up. Okay, sorry about that. There was a problem I had on my screen. As here's the kickoff by the Patriots with 1:49 to go in the first half. It is kicked off. This one is going to go to the back of the end zone and will not be returned by the Carolina Panthers. They'll start at the 25-yard line. Matt Corral has all 3 timeouts and a chance to take this Carolina Panthers team down the field to either get a field goal to make it a 4-point game once again, or tie this game up with the Carolina Panthers' first touchdown of this game. 1:49 to go, all 3 timeouts. Panthers only have 1 field goal in this game. That was a 27-yard field goal by Zane Gonzalez earlier or late in the first quarter. As they'll start at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Corral looking with time, throws, and nearly intercepted by the Patriots in and out of the hands of Nelson. The Carolina Panthers catch another break as nearly back-to-back turnovers on offense after the fumble and a near interception by the Patriots. And that'll make a 2nd and 10 coming up for Carolina. 1:45 now after the near interception. A Carolina Panther timeout was now taken down. I guess they called timeout on that field goal attempt by Nick Folk. So now 2 timeouts, 1:45 to go in the first half. That might have been a false start, but it is a handoff for Spencer Brown, and Brown gets about 6 yards on the run, but likely false start. I saw New England jump. I don't know if they're going to call it on Carolina, as we're about to find out. It was a false start on someone. I did see New England jump, though. We'll see what the call is by the refs. And they're going to say offsides on the defense, as I did see New England jump right there, right before the handoff was made to Spencer Brown. And that'll bring up a Carolina Panther first down with 100 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers at their own 29-yard line. So they're going to need a big play soon here from Matt Corral. The running back really can't do anything at this point. Corral looking with time, dumps it back for Brown. It's incomplete. He's pushed down despite the incompletion. And now a 3rd down for the Carolina Panthers, 3rd and 5 to be exact, with 1:35 to go in the first half. As it looks like Carolina wants to go hurry up despite the clock being stopped, as Matt Corral is really trying to figure out what he can do right now, because the Carolina Panthers need a big play. They need to pick up this first down if they want any chance of scoring on this drive. You don't want to give back the ball to New England, who still has all 3 timeouts and a chance to go down the field and score again right before halftime. 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Corral looking, throwing, completes it to Higgins. Higgins, is he going to get there right at the marker? It looks like he might be just short. It was right at the marker. Rashard Higgins lost the ball in midair, had to reclaim it, and it was right at the marker. Let's see what they're going to say here. Is Higgins right here made the catch, had to just juggle for it in his own hands, and then it was right at the marker. It's going to be a close call as they are going to measure it, or will likely measure it. It's a 4th and 1 at the moment. Let's see if they do measure it. And if they don't, 1:13 to go. Yeah, here comes the measure to see if he got it. The ball is placed down there, and the marker is like a little bit past it. So, yeah, he is just short, inches away. Rashard Higgins was inches away from a Carolina Panther first down. And if you're Carolina, this is super risky, but the Panthers are about an inch or two away from the first down. I think they should personally go for it, as a timeout was taken by the Patriots. If you're Matt Rule, what do you have up your sleeve right here? They're about an inch or two away from a first down. It is a very risky play call if they go for it. But if they do, I'm not going to be surprised. I would expect the Panthers to go for this right here. You're about an inch or two away. All you need is to just go forward in motion, and you should have a first down. As the offense is on the field for the Carolina Panthers, they are likely going for it. 4th and inches for Carolina. The entire defense moving up. Let's see what they can do right here. And they might be just trying to draw them off sides. And they are not able to. They're just going to take the penalty and punt. Oh, so. Or actually, no, they're going to call the timeout. Carolina does call the timeout before that. Just to say, but they tried to see if they jump off sides. That did not work. So now the defense is likely going to come off the field. Or just play. Matt Rule is saying just play, but looks like the offense is coming off the field. So Carolina tried to make them jump off sides instead of trying to pick up the first down. And that fails. The Panthers will punt it away. New England with 2 timeouts, 1:13 to go here in the first half. What Carolina could ask for right now is a big punt from Johnny Hekker, and then just big defense here. You don't want to give up any points. I think that's the goal here for the final minute and 13 of this first half. Don't give up any points, as Hekker will punt this away, as this one is all the way back to about the 20-yard line. Caught it. 1 foot in and out wouldn't really matter. And the Patriots start at about their own 20-yard line. So New England would need to go 80 yards to hit the end zone here. As Matt Corral, he's doing much better than what he did last week against the Commanders. He's 6 for 10 passing, 28 yards. He does have 1 rush for 6 yards. We all saw him get away from those 2 defenders coming right after him. So he's had a much better week than what he did last week against the Commanders in that fourth quarter. He went 1 for 9 passing. So just what the Carolina Panthers wanted. Just wanted to make sure Matt Corral was getting somewhere with the Panther offense. It's 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Can the Panthers defense make some big-time stops? Here's Zape looking. He throws and completes a first down to the 39 of New England. That's to Ozzie. And with 50 seconds, New England not calling timeout. They're going to hurry up. The Panthers defense really needs to get a stop right now. They do not want to give up points. Zape looking to throw and completes another pass. Pass midfield with 39 seconds. And another New England first down, as they are now, after 2 plays starting at the 20-yard line, they are now in Carolina Panther territory. As the Panthers defense, ever since that first quarter, they started off so good. In the second quarter, looks like Bill Belichick had something up his sleeve, because this Panthers defense has completely fallen apart here. 39 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to mark it actually right at midfield. Here's Zape in traffic. Zape looking. He somehow stays up, going down the field, and nearly intercepted by Carolina. Great defense. Nearly brought him down for the sack. Couldn't do that. They tried to nearly pick it off, but Zabe made the smart play by throwing it away and out of bounds, out of reach of the Carolina Panthers trying to make that interception, as he had to stay up there. Chandler was under him right there, just really had to trip him. I didn't want to completely trip him because he could have been called for a penalty. So smart move by Chandler. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. 32 seconds. They have 2 timeouts. As here's Zape looking. Zape throws. He completes. This will be about 4 or 5 yards. And the clock is running. I'm not sure if they're going to call the timeout. And it looks like New England does. But no, they do not call the timeout. A flag is thrown. This is interesting. And this is against Carolina. This is going to put them in field goal range as Zape is pointing towards the Panthers. Matt Rule is furious, so it's likely on Carolina. And they're actually going to say it's on New England. And Matt Rule's facial expression stays the same. Oh, I think they pointed the wrong way. Actually, yeah, it's towards Carolina. They did point the wrong way. But it is Carolina Panthers. Penalty. It looks like Robinson came over accidentally, or not accidentally, but just they're going to call it unnecessary roughness after he jumped over him. And now, wait, so this is a penalty on the Patriots. This is confusing. They're saying there's a problem by the Panthers, but it is a penalty on the defense, on the offense. So 3rd and 20, Zape gives it up. Looks like Ozzy again. He is just short of midfield. And with 15 seconds, looks like a timeout is taken. As the Patriots couldn't get for what they were hoping for, a timeout is taken by Belichick. 4th down coming up for New England. I'd like to just punt it. I'll make it Carolina Panther football. And even if they don't, they just go for it. Even if it is Panther football, not much they could do. Only have 1 timeout and there's 15 seconds left in the first half. So, yes, it will be a punt. As the punter is out for New England. Once again, not much that the Carolina Panthers can do here. It would be a miracle if they get a block punt. This would be huge if they did get the block punt. But if they don't, it'll likely just take us to halftime here in New England. 15 seconds to go in the first half. Panthers do have 1 timeout if there's any miracle. And here's the punt by Bailey. This one is going to be carried out into the end zone. New England nearly saves it. Now there's 5 seconds left on the clock. So they'll likely just take a knee. Matt Corral will likely take a knee, and we will head to halftime. Score right now, the New England Patriots lead our Carolina Panthers 10-3 as a score with 5 seconds to go in the first half. There's a flag? Not sure if there was a flag or not, actually. But Matt Corral will come on the field for Carolina. They'll likely just take a knee, and we will head to halftime here in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots. As they are in a knee formation. Corral, with 5 seconds, he'll take the knee. And we will go to halftime. The New England Patriots are leading our Carolina Panthers right now. 10-3 is the score. The Panthers have 1 field goal. That was from Zane Gonzalez. It was from 27 yards out. Other than that, they have not scored in this game. They have not hit the end zone yet. Hopefully they can coming up in the second half. We will be back here on the Carolina Cast halftime show after these messages. right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast halftime show as the New England Patriots lead the Carolina Panthers here in week 2 of the preseason. 10-3 is the score at halftime. The Panthers were the first team to get points in this game. They kicked a 27-yard field goal with Zane Gonzalez. Other than that, the Patriots have pretty much owned us this entire game as they lead 10-3 at halftime. It will be New England Patriots football at the start of the second half. But until then, we are here at the Carolina Cast halftime show. Let's get right into the Panthers stats. As at quarterback, PJ Walker, 4 for 8. He's the leading in passing yards for the Carolina Panthers today with 43 passing yards. Does not have any touchdown passes or interceptions. Matt Corral is 6 for 10 passing, 28 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. For the run game, Chuba Hubbard has led the way for the Panthers with 6 carries for 22 yards. Deontay Foreman, 7 carries for 16 yards. Matt Corral had 2 carries for 5 yards, and Spencer Brown had 1 carry for 3 yards. And at the receiving core, the fullback/tight end Giovanni Ricci has 1 reception for 21 yards. Keith Kirkwood has 1 reception for 19 yards. Rashard Higgins has 2 receptions for 11 yards. Spencer Brown has 10 receptions for 10 yards. Shi Smith has 1 reception for 8 yards. Tommy Tremble has 1 reception for 4 yards. Steven Sullivan, who had that catch then fumbled, has 1 reception for 2 yards. And Chuba Hubbard has 1 reception for -4 yards. And nothing really much on defense, but that is pretty much it here on the stats. We'll be back once again right after this. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast halftime show. As I was just giving stats updates, I did not get to the defense, so we're going to go ahead and look into that. We look at the Carolina Panthers defense. Leader in tackles is a tie with Sean Chandler, who has 3, and Keith Taylor, who has 3. Then Tay Hayes, Stanley Thomas Oliver, Julian Stanford, and Justin Burris have 2 tackles. And to go along with the leaderboard, Brandon Smith, Miles Hartsfield, Aaron Mosby, Davion Nixon, Marquise Haynes Sr., and Bravion Roy, all with a tackle to get out of this list. Unfortunately, no interceptions by the Carolina Panthers. Their kick returns, Chuba Hubbard had 1 return for 23 yards. Punt returns, Shi Smith had 1 return for 15 yards. Zane Gonzalez 1 for 1 on field goals today as he made that kick to get us points on the board. And Johnny Hecker has 4 punts, and to combine them all together, 171 yards. As we are looking here, at halftime, we'll be coming back in about 5 minutes. As the Panthers trail by a touchdown, they will have to start off on defense when we go into the second half. And nothing much really to look into for the Carolina Panthers. They're going to go ahead and go over the New England Patriots stats. As they've had 3 quarterbacks play so far. They had quarterback and starter for the New England Patriots during the regular season. Mac Jones, 4 for 8, 61 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. Bailey Zappe, 5 for 7, 48 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. Brian Hoyer, 2 for 3, 30 yards, 0 interceptions. In the run game, Damian Harris, starting running back, 3 carries for 18 yards, 0 touchdowns. Ty Montgomery, 4 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown. That is the Patriots' only touchdown of this game so far. Mac Jones, 1 carry for 7 yards. And Rashard Morris Stevenson, 2 carries for 4 yards. And at the receiving for the New England Patriots, pretty big right here. Nelson Aguilar, 2 receptions for 52 yards. Devin Asiasi, 3 receptions for 32 yards. Devontae Parker, 1 reception for 17 yards. Tyquan Thornton, 1 reception for 13 yards. Trey Nixon, 1 reception for 11 yards. Ty Montgomery, 1 reception for 5 yards. Jordan Humphrey, 1 reception for 5 yards. Jacoby Myers, 1 reception for 4 yards. And as we rounded out with their defense, they had a couple of tackles going on with Jawan Bentley, who had 1 sack so far for the Patriots. We'll look at halftime stats. Rushing yard leader goes to the Carolina Panthers. Passing yard leaders do go to the New England Patriots. As we will be back for the second half very soon. Until then, we will go back on commercial break. We are back here on the Carolina Cast as we are about to start the second half here in Foxborough, as the Patriots will receive the second half kickoff. here in New England. The Patriots, they do have the game's only touchdown coming from wide receiver Ty Montgomery, who took a handoff inside the 5-yard line to get into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. As we are awaiting the start of the second half, as looking at the beautiful skyline of New England and Massachusetts, well, pretty much Foxborough. But the Carolina Panthers trail the New England Patriots. 10-3 is the score as we have come to the start of the second half. The Panthers looking to bounce back on offense after P.J. Walker took the team down the field for a field goal with Zane Gonzalez. Ever since then, they've started Matt Corral, who has looked pretty good, but the Panthers haven't been able to score since. Their defense has played pretty decent, and they're going to have to keep it up here to start off the second half. As this kickoff will go into the end zone and to the back. And the New England Patriots will start at the 25-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for New England as Bailey Zappe will stay in as quarterback for the Patriots. The Panthers haven't done so well stopping Zappe, and they're going to have to step that up here in the second half if they want to move their record of preseason to 2-0, as they won last week against the Washington Commanders. 23-21 was the final score in that game. But the Panthers have not scored a touchdown since that week. So let's see if they can get something going here, get back on offense, and then finally hit the end zone. 1st and 10 for New England to start off the second half. Here's Zappe looking. Zappe to throw. That one's going to hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. Julian Stanford was there either way to make the tackle if it was a completion. But great defense by the Carolina Panthers. As Scott Fritter, if you're watching the Carolina Panthers network, just joined the broadcast with Steve Smith, the general manager for Carolina, just joined in. As it's 2nd and 10 now for the New England Patriots. Zappe throwing downfield and completes it. It's a Patriot first down to the 45-yard line as the Carolina Panthers have pretty much had enough of Bailey Zappe and need to do something about it, or else Zappe is going to keep making the completions he used to make at Western Kentucky. 1st and 10, Zappe looking, throws, and completes it. It's another first down for the Patriots, about a 10-yard gain to Nixon. We're not even a minute in yet, and the Patriots are already at midfield. And if you want to be exact, they are now in Carolina Panther territory. 1st and 10, Zappe to throw, and that pass is dropped. It was a wheel route looking for Taylor. And it'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Patriots. That'll stop their momentum just a little bit. As looking at joint practice right now with the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots, as we saw some plays from Christian McCaffrey and during the joint practice, and some plays by the quarterbacks, some Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker, and rookie quarterback Matt Corral. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots, and flags are thrown. The Panthers pointing, all Carolina Panthers pointing towards New England, and it is a offside on the Patriots, and that'll move them back 5 yards and it'll make it 2nd and 15 for New England. After they had the incomplete pass, now they have the false start penalty. It looks like their momentum is starting to fade away after those 2 big-time completions by Bailey Zappe. A 2nd and 15 now for New England. We're only 49 seconds into this second half as Zappe is already taking a shot downfield, and it is complete to the 25-yard line. It's Humphrey again. That's his second catch here on the drive, and it's a Patriot first down to the 25 of Carolina. As here is Zappe. He makes a big-time throw. He's been outstanding at Western Kentucky and is doing it again here in the NFL so far. Here's Zappe looking, rolling out. Zappe throwing, and he's just going to throw it all the way towards the cheerleaders. It's an incomplete pass, as that was just thrown away. Threw it a little harder than what you'd expect for a throwaway pass, and 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. As they are officially in field goal range once again, as they're inside the 25-yard line, to be exact, at the 24-yard line. Nick Folk, this could be his second chance at a field goal and could give the Patriots a 10-point lead. As they lead right now 10-3, they're trying to add to that score. 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. This looks like there was movement before flags are thrown, and it unfortunately was intercepted by the Carolina Panthers. And a false start is called on New England. I mean, obviously we want the interception, but it was called after the interception was caught after the flag was thrown. That would have been such a big play for the Carolina Panthers. As we're looking here on the Panthers network at a call when they first called in for Ikem Ekwonu as their first round pick from NC State, as he's on the bench right now. He will be the starting left tackle for the Carolina Panthers throughout the regular season. 2nd and 15 for the Patriots. Zape, here's a handoff to the running back who'll get about a 2-yard gain. There's a dog pile. There was no fumble. And that's Taylor. That brings up a 3rd and 13 for the Patriots. The Panthers defense, their number one goal right here is to give up a field goal, as they do not want to keep this drive going right here. It's a 3rd and 13. Don't want to give up this first down. This is big for the Carolina Panthers that they want to keep themselves in this game. 3rd and 12 for the Patriots. Matt Corral waiting to see if he's going to come back on the field earlier. Empty backfield. They move Taylor to the left. Here's Zape. Looking, Zape in trouble! And the sack by Brandon Smith. The rookie out of Penn State came out of nowhere, completely blindsided out of the left tackle of the Patriots. And Brandon Smith just comes through out of everybody and puts the big hit on Bailey Zape. And it is a 4th down for the Patriots after a big-time sack that the Carolina Panthers needed right now, as that'll boost their momentum. And here comes a long field goal attempt for the Patriots. This is not a gimme. A 53-yard field goal attempt by Nick Folk to make this a 10-point game. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is way to the right and is no good. So a big-time sack by Brandon Smith, the rookie out of Penn State, and then a missed field goal by Nick Folk. And the score stays the same. It's going to be Carolina Panther football. They have momentum right now. Panthers still trailing, but they're looking to go down the field and hit the end zone for the first time in this game. right, welcome back here on the Carolina Cast. And two big plays just happened. On a third down for the Patriots, a sack was made by Brandon Smith. The very next play, a 53-yard field goal attempt by the Patriots is no good. The Panthers have the momentum right now, and it's 1st and 10 for Carolina. PJ Walker is in for the Panthers now. As this pass is complete to Keith Kirkwood, there's the Temple connection. And one play later, the Panthers are already in Patriots territory. It's 1st and 10 for Carolina with under 12 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sorry, that's something wrong. As 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. 3 big-time plays in the last 3 plays for Carolina as their momentum boosts after each play. Let's see if they can keep it going. And this could finally ride the Panthers into the end zone for the first time in this game. Here's a handoff to Brown. Spencer Brown gets to the corner, and Brown is near the first down marker, just short. It gets about to 8 to 9 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and short coming up for Carolina, as they are now already in field goal range for Zane Gonzalez, but that's not what's on PJ Walker, Matt Rule, or the Carolina Panthers' mind right now. They want to hit the end zone for the first time in this game. As Matt Corral does have his helmet on, doesn't look like they're going to put him in on this drive. He's 6 for 10 throwing with 28 passing yards. He does have 1 rushing attempt for 6 yards. 2nd and 3 for Carolina. PJ Walker trying to get this team in the end zone here. Here's Walker. He fakes the handoff. Walker looking, throwing downfield, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by the Patriots, and this is going to be returned to about the 46-yard line of New England. And just, oh man, that is a killer for the Carolina Panthers, who had all the momentum going, and then PJ Walker throws a bad pass down the field. It gets intercepted. As the Panthers still trail by a touchdown, they unfortunately come up empty as PJ Walker throws a really bad intercepted, the worst time for that to happen. The Panthers trail by a touchdown. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast, as the Panthers still trailed the Patriots. 10-3 is the score, as they had all the momentum. And then unfortunately, PJ Walker throws an interception that would give the Patriots the football right back, because here's a handoff for New England. This will be about a 4 or 5 yard run for the Patriots. That's very unfortunate, because what happened with the momentum, Brandon Smith had a sack for the Panthers. Right after that, a field goal from 53 yards out was missed by the Patriots. PJ Walker gets some completions. They get down the field, and then he tries to take a shot, got a little bit too cocky, and it was intercepted by the Patriots. It's New England football once again. And the Carolina Panthers are going to have to try and bring back that momentum again. It's going to have to start here on defense. 2nd and 6. Zape to throw, and it's complete to the 39-yard line. That's Nixon with the catch, and it will bring up a New England Patriots first down. As your camera's looking at Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, they're standing together in Carolina Panther uniform. They have not played this entire game. They likely will not, as we had news reports before the game that they aren't going to play today. They will be sitting out for this game. The Patriots have more first downs than the Panthers. New England with 13, Carolina with 11. 1st and 10 for New England. Zape looking, he throws and completes it again. It's another first down at the 45 of Carolina. That's to Humphrey. And the Patriots keep moving the chains and doing what they were just doing on their last drive. And it's really unfortunate for Carolina, because their defense got the big play, and now offense did the exact opposite of what the Carolina Panthers needed. Now the defense has to try and get out there and do what they just did once again. 1st and 10 for New England. They are officially in Carolina Panther territory once again. Here's Zape to throw. He finds Humphrey. Humphrey makes a move, and Humphrey gets about 4 yards on the play. And a 2nd down coming up for the Patriots, likely a 2nd and 6 with 8:30 to go here in the third quarter. The Patriots lead the Panthers. If you're just joining us, 10-3 is your score here in Foxborough. We are in the third quarter with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in this ball game, or in this third quarter. 2nd and 6 for New England. They're going to move Ozzy right behind the lineman right here. 8 minutes to go in the third. Play clock winding down. They get it off at the final second. Here's a little toss, and this is going to work for about a 4 or 5 yard gain to Strong. And a 3rd and short is coming up for the Patriots. And if you're the Carolina Panthers, if they want to get the momentum that they just had, they need to get a stop right here and make sure that the offense can actually do something. As we're looking at the last line of defense at the cornerback and safety position, cornerback J.C. Horn was the first-round pick last year for the Panthers, was injured. Dante Jackson, another star for the team. Strong safety, Jeremy Chin, who was a big draft pick for the Carolina Panthers, and then Xavier Woods, who the Panthers signed in free agency. It looks like there's a Panther down. Looks like Julian Stanford is going to come off the field for the Panthers. We are going to step aside. Hopefully Stanford is all right. All right, sorry about that. I had to cut the commercial break short. As it's a 3rd and 2 for the Patriots, the handoff to the running back right at the marker. Looks like he should have it. I have to double check. Kalon Barnes, the 7th round pick out of Baylor, made the tackle. Panthers trying to say he's short, and they're going to say 4th and 1. So it's 4th and 1. Looks like the Patriots likely want to go for it here. They are just short. If Carolina does get this stop and the Patriots actually go for it, this would be huge because the Panthers get another big defensive play. It's 4th and 1. Patriots, they might go for this right here. Panthers defense, they do go for it, and he is stuffed up. Great defense by the Carolina Panthers. They moved the Patriots back 3 to 4 yards. McNeil got in there for the big-time tackle on the running back. And once again, the Carolina Panthers defense steps up. It is a turnover on downs for the Patriots, and the Panthers are going to get the football right back, and they have the momentum once again. This is their chance to really do something. They went 0 for 1 last time where they couldn't do it with momentum. They have the momentum once again after another big-time play by the Carolina Panthers defense. As it is 1st and 10 for Carolina, P.J. Walker stays in as quarterback. It's a handoff for Spencer Brown, and he's going to lose about 3 yards on the run. Had nowhere to really go. And Brown a little slow to get up. He's limping a little bit, and Brown is going to come off the field. Hopefully he's all right. They'll likely put in either Deontay Foreman, John Lovett, or Chuba Hubbard with about 6:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's another camera view of Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield together. 2nd and 13 for the Panthers. 6:10 to go in the 3rd. Here's Walker looking. Walker takes a shot downfield, and it's incomplete, looking for Keith Kirkwood. And I think it's safe to say that Kirkwood has been his favorite target so far of this 2022 to 2023 NFL season. As in week 1 of preseason, he was targeting him a lot. He's doing the same here in New England tonight. But that was incomplete, and now it's a big-time 3rd and 13 for the Panthers after they made a big play on defense. Can the Panthers offense do something with it here? 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers could really use a 1st down right here. Can P.J. Walker do so for Carolina? 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. Play clock winding down. Can they get it off in time? And I don't think they got it off in time, and that's likely going to be a flag, and it is. That is a big miscommunication play by the Carolina Panthers. It was a 3rd and 13, and now a delay of game is going to be called on the Panthers. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 18 with 6:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. And now just makes it even harder for the Panthers. And now this could make them 0 for 2 on times to go at the end zone after the defense has brought them momentum. And the Panthers failed the first time, and now it looks like they're about to fail the second time. 3rd and 18 for the Panthers. Here's Walker looking, throws a short pass, completes it. It's Sullivan. He makes the grab, but is short of the 1st down marker, and the Panthers, they go 3 and out. Defense makes a big play, but once again, the Carolina Panthers offense has been struggling in this game, and they will have to punt once again. As we're under 6 minutes to go, Johnny Hekker comes out for Carolina. As it's a 4th and 9 for the Panthers. Have to punt it away, and only if they were a little closer, they'd have a better chance, but that was a big delay of game that really caused them to punt it away. As Hekker boots this one to about the 15-yard. Oh, he ran into, oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I'll put this into words right here. So Stevenson in the backfield was making, or Strong was making the catch in the backfield. He calls a fair catch. He runs into his teammates. So the ball goes off of him. It's basically a fumble. The Panthers get it, but they're going to say that they recovered it out of bounds. Look at it again. His own player runs into him. It goes off of him. The Panthers go for the fumble recovery. That's got to be checked at. Because if it is recovered, then it's Carolina Panther football. They are going on a commercial break, so we will too. When we come back, we'll find out. It might be out of bounds, and it might just be Patriots football. But if it is Panthers football, this would completely change the game for us, and we'll be back right after this. We are back here on the Carolina cast. It is going to be Patriots football, unfortunately, and right as we come back, there's likely a false start on the Carolina Panthers defense, and it is an immediate jump by the Panthers, and it's going to be a 1st and 5 coming up for New England after the neutral zone infraction. As they're looking at running back Spencer Brown, we saw when he was limping off the field. I was telling you guys about that. And now he's going onto the cart and is leaving the field right now. So likely going to go get checked. He likely will not play for the rest of the game. That's what I'm being told here by some sources. As it's 1st and 5, play action. Zape looking, throws and completes it. It's a 1st down. And a 6-yard gain on the 1st and 5. It'll make it a 1st and 10 as Hayes was there to push him out of bounds. And with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, if you're just joining us, the New England Patriots lead the Carolina Panthers. 10-3 is the score in the 3rd quarter. And once again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put it out here. If you are new to the channel and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead right below, click subscribe. We are at about, I believe, 40, maybe 41. It really would mean the world to me if you subscribe. And if you're on Twitch, go ahead and follow us on Twitch. We're going to be streaming on both the sites at the exact same time. So go ahead and follow if you're on Twitch. Back to the game, 1st and 10, a handoff for the Patriots. This will be about a 3 to 4 yard run for Damian Harris, the starting running back for the New England Patriots. It's about time running down here in the 3rd. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers, other than that field goal, it's been their only points. They only have 3 points in this game, and that's not going to win them the football game right now. 2nd and 4 for New England. 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4 for Bailey Zape and this Patriots team. It's another handoff, run play. And it's going to be a New England Patriot 1st down, a gain of about 6 to 7 yards. And that'll keep the chains moving for the Patriots. As honestly, I would like to say this. It feels like the Carolina Panthers defense, ever since that 1st quarter, has played very bad. Despite that, they've only given up 10 points. I'm not trying to jinx anything until right now. I'm fine with New England scoring a touchdown right now, honestly. But the Panthers defense, they've done good not giving up points. They've given them a bunch of first downs, yardage, all this, but they've made the plays when it matters. As it's a 1st and 10, read option, keep by Zape, and Zape is taken down safely after getting about a yard or two on the read option carry by Bailey Zape. And we're under 3 minutes to go. A 2nd 7 coming up for the Patriots. As Matt Rule walking around trying to figure out what the Carolina Panthers need to do to get themselves into this game. Matt Rule, a fun fact, he is the 5th head coach in Carolina Panthers history. Obviously, the team has not only been around since 1995. They were made in existence with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2nd and 7, Zape, there's a screenplay, and this is going to be a 1st down for the Patriots. That's Harris. And he picks up another New England 1st down. Now let's hold on. Did the Patriots have 2 Harris at running back? Yeah, Kevin Harris, not Damian Harris. The rookie Kevin Harris. I was about to say, one had number 37. Oh, that's Damian Harris. This one had number 36. This is Kevin Harris, the rookie running back out of South Carolina University. I was just double checking that. As we're under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Patriots have 17 first downs. The Panthers only with 11. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Zape rolling to his left, throws, and it's intercepted! Picked off! Running back the other way, and he's going to go all the way! Pick 6 for the Carolina Panthers! Touchdown! A big-time play, and just what the Panthers needed. The defense has been on fire this entire game, and now they make the biggest play of the game for both of the teams. Outstanding. A bunch of flags have been thrown just because of unsportsmanlike conduct. 3 flags are actually on the ground right now. But a pick 6 by Hayes. And the Carolina Panthers hit the end zone for the first time of this game on the pick 6. Just what Carolina needed here with a minute 35 to go in the 3rd quarter. As obviously all the flags are going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Matt Rule is telling him, calm down, stop it. Tay Hayes, the cornerback, last week had 5 tackles. Obviously, all these flags are going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, as it is, but outstanding. Just what the Carolina Panthers needed, a pick 6 to bring it all the way to the house. And the Panthers are on the board. They hit the end zone for the first time in this game. And after it looked like all hope was lost, New England was picking up all their first downs. And then Tay Hayes steps up for the Carolina Panthers, steps ahead of the receiver, and brings it all the way to the house for the Panthers. And we are an extra point away here in Foxborough from being tied. As Zane Gonzalez is out, all the Patriots fans are trying to wave at him. I'm not sure if Gonzalez might take this as a friendly gesture. Hecker to hold it. Good snap, good hold. The kick by Gonzalez, and it splits through. And we are tied here in Foxborough. A pick 6 by Tay Hayes puts the Carolina Panthers back into this game, and we are tied. 10-10 is your score. Look back at the replay as Zape was throwing for his receiver right here. Had 1 receiver going deep, have 1 going there. This is where Tay Hayes, this is where you need to use levels of IQ. He sees that Zape is rolling out to the left. He wants to throw it to that receiver and just takes the ball and runs away with it. An outstanding play. Zape did lose his helmet. It was not because of Hayes' unsportsmanlike conduct, just because a bunch of the players on the sideline came out and started celebrating with him. But honestly, I would have if it was me too. Just what the Carolina Panthers needed. The big-time pick 6 by Tay Hayes. And we are tied here in Foxborough. As both teams have a turnover. New England's turnover, obviously, was that pick 6. The Panthers' turnover was that fumble that gave up the field goal. And that's the only reason we're tied right now. So both the turnovers have put points on the board for both teams. At the end of the day, we are tied at 10 here in Foxborough. There's the kickoff by Gonzalez. And this is a short kick. It's going to be returned. And the Patriots are going to get a very, very good return out of this. And they're going to start at the 41-yard line with 1:28 to go in the first quarter. In the third quarter. I can't believe I said first quarter. Oh, wow. I mean, it feels like the first quarter where the Panthers are playing so well. And this pick six completely changes everything. This is just what the Panthers needed. And it's 1st and 10 for the Patriots, as they will start at about the 42-yard line, looks like. As now, all what matters is the defense got their big play. Not asking for another pick six, but they got to make sure that this game stays tied, that the Patriots don't get something big here. Here's Zape throwing downfield, completes it. The Patriots are once again back in Panthers territory. It's not a first down just because they had a very good kick return to about the 41-yard line. It was a short kick by Zane Gonzalez. And it'll be about 2nd and 1 for the Patriots. 70 seconds remaining here in the third quarter here in New England at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. So now we are under 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 2 for the Patriots. As they move a man in motion, here's the toss to Taylor. Taylor picks up a first down and more. Taylor running before he's brought down, and that's a big hit. And now flags are thrown on the play. Hopefully they don't call it another unsportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers. I see what they're going to say. They're going to say holding on the offense, and that is big for the Carolina Panthers. That's going to push New England back. So despite getting that big run, unfortunately have the hold called on Hammond, the wide receiver for the Patriots, and it's going to bring them back. Hammond obviously going to come off the field. Bill Belichick does not accept penalties like that. And it's going to be – oh, sorry. I think I have a buffering screen right here. Hold on. Let me try and fix this for you guys. All right. So we're under buffering again. Okay, I'm really sorry, guys. Try and fix this. Come on. Not now. So when everything's going good. Need to see this. We might miss a play. I'm really sorry, guys. We might miss a play. Hopefully it's not a touchdown by the Patriots. I'm really sorry. I think we missed a play. I'm still loading it back again. Having some problems watching the game right here. Okay. We have it back up. And the scoreboard is gone. So I guess that is the end. It is the end of the third quarter. We are tied at 10. The Panthers defense have been the story of the third quarter. And to capitalize it, the pick six by Tay Hayes. We are tied in Foxborough, and we are about to head to the fourth quarter. We will see you guys in the final quarter. Welcome back to the Carolina cast. As we are heading into the fourth quarter, we're looking at highlights of Spencer Brown, running back for the Carolina Panthers, who got injured. He is likely to be out for the rest of the game. As we start the fourth quarter here at 1st and 10 for New England, Zappe, he's taking a shot way downfield to the end zone and is incomplete. It is dropped by the Patriots, nearly a touchdown, but guess who's there? The star and the man of the hour, Tae Hayes, knocks it down. And we stay tied at 10, no touchdown by the Patriots. As Tae Hayes had the pick 6 on the last drive to tie the game here in New England. As a 2nd and 10 is coming up for the Patriots, who went for the big play but couldn't get it. As Tae Hayes makes another big play. 2nd and 10 now for New England, as they are in Panthers territory at the Carolina 40-yard line. Here we go. Everybody moves left and right. Who did it first? That's the question. It's a false start on somebody or neutral zone infraction. The refs huddling up together. Who moved first? Because everyone was moving left and right, except for the center. And they're going to say it's offsides on the Carolina Panthers. And it'll say 2nd down, as Matt Rule is not pleased. It's going to make it 2nd and 5 for the Patriots. As we're 7 seconds into the fourth quarter, we are tied at 10 after that pick 6 from Tae Hayes. 2nd down and 5 for the Carolina Panthers. They got a receiver on the right. They're actually going to make it 2 receivers on the right. None on the left. Likely use Ozzy on the left. And now here is the handoff. It's Taylor, and he is dragged down. Great defense by the Carolina Panthers as they are stepping up right now. This entire team is rolling right now on the Carolina Panthers defense. Madre Harper got in there to make the tackle. And that's going to make a 3rd down, 3rd and 3 to be exact. And this is where the game gets interesting. 3rd and 3 for the Patriots. This likely could be the biggest play of the game. Zappe, looking in trouble, takes a shot downfield, and it's dropped. Incomplete. Another drop by the Patriots. Zappe was looking for Hammond, and it's 4th and 3. And what are the Patriots going to do? Are they going to take the long field goal? Nick Folk, the last time he had a long field goal, was incomplete. As Kalen Barnes was on the coverage, the 7th-round pick from Baylor for the Carolina Panthers. 4th and 3. If you're New England, do you want to trust Nick Folk on this field goal? They are. He missed a 53-yard field goal earlier. If he makes this, he'll give New England the lead. This one from 51 yards, trying to regain his trust with Bill Belichick. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is right down the middle. And the Patriots, despite the pick 6, actually, no, that was not Nick Folk this time. This was Visiano, the backup kicker for the Patriots, just nailed a 51-yard field goal attempt. And the Carolina Panthers now trail 13-10 is the score. They will get the football back. We'll see who the starting quarterback is. I think it's likely to be P.J. Walker. They could put in Matt Corral just because it is the fourth quarter. He did step up last week. Let's see if he can do it again. Until then, we're going to go on commercial break. Welcome back to Foxborough. We are 1 minute into the fourth quarter, and the Patriots lead the Panthers. Oh, I didn't make the scoreboard. Okay. They lead 13-10. As looks like Matt Corral is in his helmet. As like we were saying earlier, I was thinking PJ Walker, but just because it was the fourth quarter, they should put in Matt Corral, and they are indeed going to do that. As Matt Corral will come in for the Carolina Panthers as they trail by 3. This will go into the back of the end zone. We have 14 minutes on the dot left here in Foxborough. Rookie out of Ole Miss, Matt Corral, will come out on the field. He's 6 for 10 passing for 28 yards, has 2 rushing attempts for 5 yards. And he will start off this drive for the Carolina Panthers in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Carolina. As this is going to be a big-time drive for the Panthers. Don't want to go 3 and out here. This is their chance to tie the game or take the lead for the first time since the first quarter when they led 3-0 after that Zane Gonzalez field goal. 1st and 10 for Carolina. They're going to move a receiver to the left. Here's Corral. Fakes the handoff. Rolling out. Corral looking, thinking. Corral tries to run. He's going to pick up a yard. He stays in bounds. The clock will keep moving. Corral had no open receivers. Tried to make the smart decision and run with it. And a yard's a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Panthers. As he fakes the handoff to John Lovett. He was looking downfield for Rashawn Henry. Not Rashard Higgins, Rashawn Henry. And just couldn't find him. He couldn't get out away from the corner. It was good defense by the Patriots. And Corral just had to try and drop a play. Tried to run for it. Could not this time. Only picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Receiver on the left. Corral tosses it. This is Lovett. John Lovett will get another yard or 2 on the run. And now it's a big 3rd down for the Carolina Panthers with 13 minutes to go here at Gillette Stadium. The Panthers need this 1st down. It's a 3rd and 6. For Carolina. They need to pick up this 1st down. Whether it's a run play, likely a pass play. The Carolina Panthers need this 1st down. This is a very important play for this game. This could hold the game right here. They're actually going to change it. 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. They'll move it back a little yard. 3rd and 7. Corral looking, throwing, and completes it. It's a Carolina Panther 1st down. Just what they needed. They find Rambo, who's going to make the catch. And Rambo continues the drive for the Carolina Panthers. It's a Panther 1st down. With 12:20 to go in the fourth quarter, is Corral just rolling out. Got plenty of time. They move the slant, 1 left, 1 right. Decides to go to Rambo right there. Just crosses over the corners. Good play call. And a Carolina Panther 1st down. 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Got a fullback and a running back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Lovett, and John Lovett will pick up another yard or 2. He's fighting for more, and I think they're going to give him like maybe 2 or 3 yards. That was a good effort by Lovett right there. And the whole lineman tried to help him out. Bring up about a 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. 11:30 to go in the fourth. Time is still there for Carolina. They just got to keep doing what they've been doing, convert on 3rd downs, and just keep the ball rolling, keep the ball going down the field. The best thing the Panthers can do on this drive is hit the end zone. But honestly, I think what we'd rather have right now is just get the field goal, tie the game, play it safe. As we have a camera look here at Robbie Anderson, a little banged up with a quad injury. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Lovett, and he's not going to go anywhere. He actually loses about 2 or 3 yards. It's great defense by the defensive tackle for the New England Patriots, Phillips. And that brings up a 3rd down for the Panthers. And they're in trouble right now. Matt Corral has not done very well so far on 3rd and longs, other than that 3rd and 7. Not sure if they make this a 3rd and 7 too. The September schedule for the Carolina Panthers has their season opener against the Cleveland Browns. They head to New York to play the Giants, and they come back to host the Saints. That'll be a divisional rivalry game to end up September. 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. Corral looking, running out of time. He's going to take a shot downfield, and it's nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Wouldn't have really mattered It's 4th down, and the Panthers will have to punt. And they were looking back for Wright, the wide receiver out of, looks like Colorado State. As Corral, he wanted to go for Wright there, looking at him the entire time, just threw it way off. And I don't know how that was not intercepted by the Patriots, but I was really lucky for the Carolina Panthers. 4th and 7 coming up. Johnny Hecker will head on the field for Carolina, and they'll punt it away with 10:16 to go in the 4th, as their defense really got to step it up here against Bailey Zappe, who's done an outstanding job with his yardage. Hasn't been able to capitalize, but the Panthers defense really needs to stop on this drive. This is very important. Nearly another muff punt. He does secure it, and the Patriots will start at about the 26, 27-yard line. There's about 10 minutes to go here in Foxborough. The Patriots lead the Panthers 13-10 is your score. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast, as our Panthers are going to be honoring Sam Mills, who was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His game will be honored on October 2nd in a home game against the Arizona Cardinals, as you have to look out for that Pro Football Hall of Famer Sam Mills. As it's 1st and 10 for the Patriots, here's a handoff, and it'll be a gain of about 4 to 5 yards by the running back, as we're under 10 minutes to go in Foxborough. The Panthers defense really needs to get the ball back without giving up any touchdowns, as we look at Gillette Stadium Super Bowls. In 2003, that second Super Bowl banner that's up there was against the Carolina Panthers, a showdown with Tom Brady, Jake Delhomme, Steve Smith. It was an outstanding Super Bowl. The Patriots won on a game-winning field goal, 32-29 was the final score. 2nd and 6 for New England. Here's a handoff, and it's going to be a Patriot first down to about the 40-yard line of New England. That's Strong who picks it up and keeps the drive alive for the Patriots. So about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. If you're Carolina and you have to give up points, just give up another field goal at this point. But the Panthers, despite having 10 points and having a touchdown, their touchdown was off a defense. They do not have an offensive touchdown. And they have not had a offensive touchdown since last week against the Washington Commanders. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Here's another handoff. And this will go for about 2 to 3 yards. It's back to strong once again as they're running heavy. There is a big-time Thursday night football game where the Carolina Panthers helmets will be worn. The Panthers will be hosting the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday Night Football on November 10th this year. As we can check out their November schedule, they're heading to Cincinnati to play the AFC champion Bengals. They host that Thursday Night Football game that week against the Falcons. They head to Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. And then they host Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. 8 minutes to go in the fourth. 2nd and 7. Here's Zape looking. Zape rolling out. Zape likely to run with it. He's gonna pick up a New England Patriot first down. And the Pats are back in Carolina territory, as Carolina has just not been able to stop Bailey Zape today. I don't know what it is, but he's either running or he's getting some big-time throws. But Bailey Zape has had an outstanding game for the New England Patriots, and the Panthers just haven't been able to do anything about it. 1st and 10 for New England. They're at about the 49-yard line of Carolina. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Strong in the backfield. It is a throw. Multiple flags are thrown on the ground. Dead ball, likely a false start. And it is a false start on the offense. And that'll move them back 5 yards back into New England back into their own territory. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Patriots. The false start's called on the offensive lineman. 7:16 to go in the fourth. And we see Brian Burns trying to talk to some of the players on the field right now. Baker Mayfield talking with some of the other players too, like right tackle Taylor Moton, who started off this game in the first quarter and has been sitting out ever since, just watching the guys play. 1st and 15 for the Patriots. Play clock winding down. It's at 0. No calls. And this will be a run play for Harris, not Damian Harris, but Harris, the rookie out of South Carolina, gets a 1-yard run. I'll bring up 2nd and 14 for the Patriots. It was a 1st and 15 due to the false start penalty on the lineman. 2nd and 14 coming up for the Patriots. We're under 7 minutes to go in this game. I'm actually going to say 2nd and 12. They were really generous. 6:40 to be exact here in Foxborough. Empty backfield. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Zape looking, short pass, throws, and nobody was there. Matt Rule was, but the receiver wasn't. He was looking for Hammond, Kalen Barnes. Great defense right there. Bring him all the way back away from the football. So we'll look at this again. Looks like Zape thought he was going to – oh, it was tapped down. It was batted down, actually, by the Panthers. So it was not just a ghost throw by Zape. It was batted down by Carolina. So great defense for the Panthers right there. And it's 3rd and 12. This is likely the biggest play of the game. The Patriots are not in field goal range. If they pick up a first down, they will be. Empty backfield, 2 receivers on the left and the right. Zape rolling right, looking, throws, completes the pass out of bounds. He lost the ball out of bounds. Are they going to call it a completion? 6:24 to go. The clock is still moving, so it is a completion. It's still 4th down. Is New England going to take the field goal? This would likely be a 55-plus yard field goal. Maybe like 1 or 2 yards less. This is a really long field goal if they decide to take this, and they're not. They're going to punt. As Shi Smith will wait for it for the Carolina Panthers. It's an immediate punt by New England. Shi Smith waiting, and this will go. Oh, they save it. They saved the ball at about the 4-yard line as it nearly went in the end zone, and the Panthers are going to start inside the 5. Got to go 96 yards to try and take the lead. And if they get in field goal range, they can tie the game. Panthers trail 13-10 is the score, as a big-time 4th quarter ending is coming up. It'll be Panther football. We'll be back right after this. We are back here on the Carolina cast, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They're inside the 5:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Matt Corral looking, he's going to hand off. This would go for about a yard, get them to about the 5-yard line. As the Panthers right now have to go 95 yards to take the lead, which they haven't even scored an offensive touchdown this game. Or they just need to get in field goal range for Zane Gonzalez to tie the game. There's less than 6 minutes left. So, in my point of view, if the Carolina Panthers don't score on this drive, I don't think they can win this game. There's 5 minutes left. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Matt Corral clutched up last week. Can you do it again this week? Play clock winding down. They get it off. Corral looking to throw, completes it. And it is a 1st down for the Panthers. It's a short pass from Matt Corral as he throws it over to the tight end right there. That was a nice play. And I'll pick up a Carolina Panther 1st down. This is to Jared Scott, the rookie out of Idaho State. Had a couple receptions last week in Washington against the Commanders. It'll be a Carolina Panther 1st and 10. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. They do have a runner in the backfield. Their flags are thrown. Everybody's pointing towards Carolina. Carolina isn't pointing back. And it is a false start on the Carolina Panthers. Not what they needed right there. They're going backwards. It'll be 1st and 15 for Carolina now. As the Carolina Panthers right now are having a little interview with, I believe, Derek Brown, if you're looking at the Panthers network. 1st and 15, clock stops with 4:27 to go. Carolina has all 3 timeouts. Corral looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. He was trying to throw to the running back, Jared Levet, and will stay 2nd and 15 for Carolina. Clock stops again, 4:23 to go. And the Panthers need either a big play right here on that 3rd down. If I was Carolina, you'd want to maybe run the ball right here. Try and get to the outside and then try and throw. But it looks like they want to throw the ball right here. 2 receivers on the right. It is a pass play. Corral looking is in trouble, and Corral's going to go down. He is sacked by the Patriots defense, and it has now turned into a 3rd and long. They are already back in about the 5-yard line once again, just where they started this drive. As there's really not much that the Carolina Panthers could do on this drive. And it's now a 3rd and 20. So they start off with a false start. Now they get sacked. We're under 4 minutes to go. 3rd and 20 for the Carolina Panthers. And this is where things can get interesting. And now there's another penalty thrown. And now everybody's pointing towards Carolina. And how about this? It's on the Panthers again. It's another false start. And this is what happened in last year in preseason, against the Indianapolis Colts, where the Panthers had 3 plays. It was about a 3rd and 5. They had 3 plays in a row that went for false starts. Just the Panthers are not very good with their penalties when it comes down to situations like this in preseason. 3rd and 22 for the Panthers. They can't even back them up even more. They're about at the 3-yard line. If Corral gets sacked, it's a safety. Corral, he needs to throw it. He does throw it away before he got sacked. Flags are down. And the Panthers pray it's on the Patriots. 3:35 to go in the 4th. They're about to find out the call here. Either way, it's not a good situation for the Carolina Panthers right now. It's about to find out what the call is here. Kind of an interesting call. And they're going to say this is penalties on New England. And so both penalties. Okay, so what's looking at here is there's a penalty on both teams. There's a roughing the passer call too on Matt Corral. Okay. So both penalties offset, so they're just going to redo it. It's third down once again. 3rd and 22, 3:35 to go. Panthers have another chance to pull off a miracle. They need to get 22 yards on this play to keep the drive alive. Corral looking. Corral has to get away. He does. Corral throws it short. It's caught by Henry. Got a long way to go, and he's not going to get there. Gets to about the 14-yard line. The clock will keep rolling. It is 4th down for the Panthers. 3 minutes to go. And it doesn't look like they have any. It doesn't look like they want to go for us. Matt Corral is running a little slowly right there. Not sure if he's limping or just walking slowly. Johnny Hekker to punt here. 3 minutes to go in the 4th. And this is just such a sad situation for Carolina as they punt it away. This one is booted by Hekker all the way to about the 25-yard line. Flags are thrown. And this will be returned all the way to the 45 of New England. So about a 20-yard return, but flags are down. We'll have to see what the penalty is. And if Carolina also got to pray again that it's on New England, this cannot be a Carolina Panther penalty. 2:45 to go in this game. About to find out the penalty here. Johnny Hekker is staying on the field. They might have to punt it again. We'll see. And the penalty is going to go against the Carolina Panthers. And will be a New England Patriot first down. It's unsportsmanlike conduct on Kaylon Barnes, the 7th-round pick out of Baylor. And unfortunately, that unsportsmanlike conduct could have costed the Carolina Panthers the game. As now the Patriots are in field goal range for Nick Folk. They are in Panther territory to about the 41 of Carolina. As worst thing comes to worst, the Panthers have to give up a field goal here. It'll be 16-10, and they'll have to go down the field, hit the end zone. Try and win the game, even if they can get the ball back. 1st and 10 for the Patriots, and the Panthers defense once again has to hold off. Here's the handoff to Taylor. Taylor gets the edge. Taylor gets hit. After about a 6-yard gain, will make it 2nd down coming up, 2nd and mid for the Patriots. The clock will run down. They'll likely run it all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And the clock stops. Carolina call a timeout. And Carolina did call a timeout. That's interesting. If I was me in that situation, I'd start calling timeouts after the 2-minute warning because that's basically a timeout. But Matt Rule's already going to burn his timeout. So now Carolina with 2 left, 2:30 to go. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Patriots. They pick up a first down here, then this is likely, or could be. The Patriots need 2 more first downs to win the game. The Carolina Panthers cannot give up 2 more first downs. They can give up this first down, but they can't give up 2 more first downs. If they get 2 more first downs, that's likely the game. 2nd and 4 for the Patriots. Here's a handoff to Taylor. Taylor gets about 2 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Patriots. And the Panthers use their 2nd timeout. They're burning their timeouts right now. And I hope it's worth it. If Carolina gets a stop right here, then it is worth it. And if they don't, then I guess this is a really bad move by Matt Rule. He's going all in to get the stop right here. As we're looking at the December and January schedule, the Panthers will go to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. They'll host the Steelers, host the Lions for a Saturday Christmas Eve game. Then on New Year's Day, they'll play in Tampa Bay and round out the season in New Orleans against the Saints on January 8th. 3rd and 2 for the Patriots. This is pretty much the game on the line for both teams. And offsides penalties. And the Panthers are pointing towards New England. This could make it a 3rd and 7. Let's see what it is. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. So instead of 3rd and 2, now it's 3rd and 7. And keep this in mind. If the Patriots do not get this first down, this makes the field goal harder. 3rd and 7. And we got to think at this moment. If Carolina does get the football back, is it going to be Matt Corral or PJ Walker? I think it's going to be Matt Corral. just because they usually use the rookie or one of the late backups in the fourth quarter. But this is the play of the game, 3rd and 7. Zape looking. Zape throws it short. It's complete. Is he going to get there? He's short. The Carolina Panthers make the tackle, and they're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. The tight end is short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and 1 when we come back. We'll see if the Patriots go for it. But until then, we will head to the 2-minute warning here in Foxborough. The Patriots lead the Panthers 13-10 is the score here in Gillette Stadium. And it's going to be a close one here. 4th and 1 coming up. We'll see what happens. We are back from the 2-minute warning as we're looking at roster cuts right here. August 23rd is next time we have a cut from 85 players to 80, and then August 30th will be the official roster. It will go from 80 players to 53. And now 4th and 1. What is about to happen right here? Are the Patriots going to go for it? Because if they get it, they likely win the game. As next week is the final preseason game for the Carolina Panthers as they are hosting the Buffalo Bills in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. Same time as this stream started on a Friday, so pretty much same day, same time as this stream started, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It looks like the Patriots are going for it. 4th and 1 for New England with the game on the line. It's Zape. It's a toss to Taylor, and he's going to get it. He's got the first down. But there is a flag down. Hold on. There is a flag down. With 1:53 to go, there is a flag down. And it is on the New England Patriots, a complete turn of events. It's 4th down. It's a holding penalty. So that's going to take them from a 4th and 1 to, I believe, a holding penalty is 10 yards. So 4th and 11. As there's the holding call. They were holding, two of the players were holding on the same guy for the Carolina Panthers. So that was an easy call by the refs. And now they can't even kick the field goal. The Patriots have to punt. And now Carolina has an opportunity in this game. 4th and 11, 1:53 to go. The Panthers have one timeout. Bailey to punt. This one is going to be caught at about the 9-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will start. They need a field goal to tie the game to force overtime. A touchdown wins the game for Carolina. 1:46 to go. One timeout. Guess who's in? It's not Matt Corral. It's P.J. Walker. They're going to put in the XFL star to try and win them this football game. Walker went 6 for 12 so far, 65 passing yards. Does have an interception in this game. Hopefully that's the only one he has. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. One timeout. Field goal ties it. Touchdown gives us the lead. They start at their own 9. Walker in trouble. And he is sacked. And it looks like it's in the end zone. We're about to find out. Okay, they're going to say it's at the 1. So it's not a safety. But it's still at the 1-yard line and the clock is rolling. So now the Panthers likely can't win the game. They have to go 99 yards to score a touchdown. But let's see if they can pull off a miracle and still kick a field goal. Walker's in trouble, and he gets sacked. That's a safety. That's absolutely a safety. So 2 plays later. Oh, wait a minute. It's a touchdown for the Patriots as P.J. Walker lost the football. Oh, so that'll just make it even worse. As Walker was looking, and he lost the ball. Yep. PJ lost the ball, and it was recovered for a fumble recovery touchdown in the end zone. And that completely shatters the game for the Carolina Panthers. As that sucks. It's got a sting to be Matt Corral right now. As the extra point is coming up for the Patriots. This is Viziano to give them a 10-point lead. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. And unfortunately for the Carolina Panthers, 2 plays of their chance to go down the field and win the game. Both of them ends up in sacks. One of them, the second one, ends up in a fumble recovered in the end zone for a Patriots touchdown, and that should completely end the hopes and dreams of the Carolina Panthers of winning this game. As now they trail 20-10 is the score with 1:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Game's likely over, but we're going to go to the end here on the Carolina cast. So an unfortunate ending right now for the Carolina Panthers. They stayed in the game. Their defense put them in the game, but the offense went absolutely nowhere. They did not have an offensive touchdown in this game. Not saying they could have one right now, but they have not so far with 1:17 left in the fourth. It's just been a complete struggle on offense for the Panthers. Their defense has played outstanding for them, and unfortunately, defense sometimes can't win you championships. As here in week 2 of preseason, the Carolina Panthers find themselves down by 10. With 1:17 to go in the fourth. Viziano will kick it off for the Patriots. And likely Matt Corral will come in to end the game for the Panthers. So this is kicked off and will not be returned by John Levette. That will go in the back of the end zone. And the Panthers will start at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Carolina. Matt Corral is still on the bench. So I guess they still put in P.J. Walker. Kind of frustrated with Matt Rule on that decision right there, not to put in Matt Corral, your rookie, who has the potential, and to put in P.J. Walker, who hasn't even had the best game. And then obviously Walker, 2 sacks, one sent them in a fumble, recovered for a touchdown. So now they already lost the game. This pass is complete to the tight end, Jared Scott, who should have a Carolina Panther first down. About 1 minute to go, Panthers going hurry up. 1st and 10. And it's got a sting right now to be Matt Corral. They keep showing him here on the Panthers network. Here's Walker looking, throwing downfield and completes it. This is Wright heading down the field, and Wright stays on his feet all the way inside to the 40-yard line of New England. Of course, this happens now. It looks like the Patriots aren't even trying that much on defense, but of course, all this is happening right now. Well, it couldn't happen before this. 1st and 10, Walker looking, throwing downfield, and it is intercepted. Picked off at about the 10-yard line of New England. And P.J. Walker has just had a horrid game. 2 interceptions. Lost the football in the end zone. Just did not play like himself the entire game. Played really good against the Commanders. It just had a horrible day. Not much you can really ask for him, but just a really bad day for P.J. Walker and this Carolina Panthers offense. So you can look here. It's just a bad throw. And just not what the Panthers wanted, to go out in this game with a complete shattering ending, as that pass was nowhere near a Carolina Panther receiver. As now the Patriots will just take a knee, and that is it. It is over in Foxborough. The New England Patriots pull away with the victory over the Carolina Panthers. 20-10 is the final score. It was a tough one, but the Patriots do win this game. 20-10 is the final score here in Foxborough. As the Panthers offense wasn't going very well for them, their defense had an outstanding game. The defense had their only touchdown of the game, which was a pick 6 by Tay Hayes. But the offense was not clicking. P.J. Walker did not have a good game. And the Carolina Panthers go out in a L as they lose 20-10 to the New England Patriots. But next week, same time the stream started at 7 p.m. on a Friday night next week, the Carolina Panthers will be hosting the Buffalo Bills for the final preseason game as they take on the Bills in Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. We will be here on Carolina Cast to broadcast that game. So thank you all for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and follow if you're ready for the next game and ready for this final matchup for the Carolina Panthers. And that's all we can say as we say so long from Foxborough.